want to hear what everybody's got to say tonight. Shout out to my people that's on YouTube. Shout out to my people on YouTube. We are live over here on X. We're live on YouTube as well. We're streaming this on the Twitter platform, and we're also on YouTube. For anybody that loses connection, go to YouTube. Tonight, guys, the title, if you're on YouTube, it says Yvette Carnell interview, have people thinking ADOS organization will assist Democrats on strategy. If you're hitting the space on X, you may see where it says is Yvette Carnell and ADOS about to work with the Democrats. We only have so many characters that we can get up in the actual title. So, we have to make do with what we're doing. And like I say, shout out to everybody coming up in here. Tweet the space out. If you're on YouTube, make sure you guys go ahead and share out tonight's broadcast. Share it on all your social media platforms, guys. So we want to definitely, like I say, thank everybody that's coming up in here tonight. Crooks, you came up here. Did you want to say something?
Yeah, what's going on, brother? Been following you for a minute. Appreciate your work for the community and everything that we got going on. But I don't got much to say, but this is what I like to say. Yvette Carnell ain't my mama. She ain't your mama. I don't follow her. She blocked me on here. I don't have a big account, so it's not like I'm pushing like a whole bunch of influence or, a bunch of followers or somebody that's, significant for attacking her or anything like that. When it comes to the whole ADOS movement, there's things that I respect about it because it's putting the focus on us, Black Americans, the ones that are here. But get behind the Democrats, that's an L. So if she wants us to follow that, it's not going to happen. We're about us. We're not about the Democrats. We're not about the Republicans. We don't care about what's going on with none of those people. We care about us. So if you about us, then you can't rock with them because they haven't showed us that they care about us. And with that, that's it for me. Appreciate it, brother.
All right. Thank you, Crooks. I appreciate you coming up here tonight. And like I said, this is just based off of an interview that, Yvette had, and certain people, certain people one way or another feel like, hey, she's pro-Democrat. Some people say that's not what she said at all. We are going to play that. We are going to play that actual video up in the actual Jumbotron sometime as well tonight, so you guys can actually listen to it. I know some people say, well, it's good that she's trying to strategize with the Democrats. She's trying to give them a heads up and let them know exactly how they missed the black vote and how they can go about securing the black vote as well too. And then you have another group of people say, you know what, she needs to go ahead and not back any political party, let black people choose and decide who they're going to vote for themselves as well too. So you have a lot of varying views on this conversation right now. I'm going to go ahead real quick, and like I said, I'm going to read some of the comments. I'm just going to read some of the comments from what people were saying. And the title, Nikki the God, Nikki had in the title, she says, Yvette Carnell from the ADOS organization will be working directly with the Democratic Party to reassess their strategy following the massive election loss. And in the actual post, you had a number of our people replied. 444 said they've always worked with them. I remember them telling folks to vote Democrat down ballot. 444 also said the fact that she's only working with one party is a red flag. Your vote only has leverage when you can court the vote to the highest bidder. Sir Funk says, I have respect for some people in ADOS, but Yvette and Tone lost me with the down ballot Democrat talk. Good on them if they deliver on making Democrats get some act right about us, but I'm just good with Democrats going extinct. Red, White, and FBA says Yvette Carnell does not speak for FBA, and that word salad 7 minutes of Blather sickens me. She said the Democrats need to reassess their messaging. I have news for Yvette Carnell and the Democrats. There are three things they can do: end qualified immunity, enact an anti-black hate crime law, and pay FBA reparations. See how I got straight to the point? No blather about Latinos and others. Uh, 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 Carlindy says, I agree Yvette's own messaging is way too convoluted. And now the black and white, black and Hispanic forcing is weird. Uh, she has been using black and brown. Is this something recent? She has me blocked, so I haven't heard much about it. Red and White says, Yvette Carnell, in my opinion, is just looking for a job as a Democrat. Her word salads betray FBA. Number of other text world aware says this tweet shows a lack of critical thinking and comprehension. So, Tex was one of the people that felt that the tweet was taken out of context. We had another user, Kanar, says it's obvious that this is a branch of Black Americans who think Twitter Spaces engagement and yelling about staying on the couch is a winning strategy. The hatred for Yvette is on par with Black women who had public meltdowns over the election of Trump. Neither is a good look. Shaking my head. Cornbread 5731 said it is simple, cut the check and give us an anti-Black racism bill. Also said we told them that we want what we wanted. This is all BS. We got a number of other people speaking as well. To my man Original up in the space. Original says, like Kamala, she will fail too. Matter of fact, Original is up in the space, and I want to see if I can get Original to come up here for a second as well too, because I know Original, you did hear the actual you heard the actual video as well too. So I want to get your personal opinions on it. I want to get anybody else's personal opinion that actually heard the actual video as well too. She did not specifically come out and say that, but a lot of people assume that, hey, she is supporting the Democrats, and she's trying to get Black people to go that route. So I want to see what Original. I got my man Nightfall coming up here as well too. So I know Nightfall is going to get right to it as well too. Original and Nightfall. What's going on? Nightfall, you up here right now? I know Original's trying to come up here. Okay, now I see Original. Original, Nightfall, you guys want to say something real quick? I want to get your opinion on that video that you heard. Like I said, we're going to get somebody to come up in here and play that video as well too, but I want to get your opinion. There's been a lot of back and forth on X lately. A lot of people, and Yvette has a very strong backing still. I know people say ADOS isn't what it once was, but she still has a strong backing, and a lot of people felt like her words were twisted and taken out of context. Where other people said, hey, she was pretty much using word salad, and she was pretty much just trying to hide her hand and really trying to go to bat for the Democrats. Let me get Nightfall, since you rarely be in the Twitter Spaces. I know you be over on YouTube most of the time. Let me get what you think about this situation with Yvette and the Democrats and ADOS and everything else going on as well too. How you doing tonight?
Man, what's good? What's good to you, Newstoter, everybody in the chat fam? Man, been a very long time since I've been on here. I actually got on here instead of YouTube because you got on here first. So there goes that. But my thing to all of y'all is this. Do they not say that the epitome of insanity is continuing to do the same thing over and over and over again, expecting a different result? So why are we going to follow this woman to continue to sit up here and do the same thing over again? The Democrats know what we want. The Republicans know what we want. It's the fact that they refuse to give it to us because they want to keep us in a lower position where we've always been. Not only that, but this woman is a former Democratic shield. Okay, let's be honest. She is no different than Roland Martin. She's simply looking for a way to kind of inch her way back into the in crowd so that she can sit there and have, champagne brunches and whatnot with them folks. And I'm sorry. We've gotten this stuff taken care of. FBA has taken care of the business. We put the Democrats on their ass where they need to be. Excuse my French. And we don't have time to sit here and look back and try to pull somebody else up by their bootstraps because they're trying to get with the boule crowd. No, man, enough of that. The time has changed. Folks have changed. The narrative has changed. And either you going to come with us or you ain't. And if you're not, then you're the enemy. Go on over there with them. But we're not stopping this train. So hope you're not on the tracks when we come through, baby. That's all I got to say. I'll lay my plane.
All right. Peace to you, Nightfall. And I know too, a lot of people also they felt from the actual video that she included a lot of black and brown talk as well too. So I heard that was also, uh, a lot of people were upset about that. They felt that it wasn't, it wasn't just solely about black people. That she also talked about how Democrats missed out on the on black voters and brown voters as well too. Ricky, how you doing tonight? And Original, stay up here too, Original, because I want to hear, because I like I said, I read your comments, so I want to get your opinion on the actual video as well too. But go ahead, Ricky, how you doing tonight?
What's up, Newstoter? Good evening to the room. Is Yvette Carnell and ADOS about to work with Democrats? I'm an ADOS defector. I acknowledge there are a lot of problems, but I support ADOS. It is the start of the modern reparations movement. Point in Black Pop. I'm glad that she had that interview. Post this Trump win, I feel we've regained a lot of leverage. The best representation of the Black reparations movement is ADOS. And I think that generally we should support it, even though if you disagree with the founders, disagree with, them on a lot of stuff, a lot of us do. Still support them because they are representing us, and especially in these administrations, like, whatever they put forth for 2028 in local races. I think that we should have a unified message that is polished and professional. And I think that's what ADOS provides. I'm hearing a lot of these attacks, against Yvette, against the org right now. I think now is the wrong time for that. We've just defeated the damn neoliberals again. We defeated them. Why don't we try to take this and say, all right, what are we going to do to set our mark and enforce it? How do we say, we've let you know we can make you lose twice in 8 years to a damn comedian, to a clown? We weaponize that, and we take the Democratic Party over. We gain influence within the Republican Party. I think Trump, for the Trumper people here, I think that we could definitely get into his administration and any other third parties and do our politics like that. And thanks for the mic.
All right, appreciate that. Thank you. And it's really just asking a question, because I want to know what people think. Because a lot of people, like I say, when that video came out, a lot of people, that interview, a lot of people felt that, hey, that that she was trying to go ahead and she was trying to trying to tie, I guess, the ADOS and the ADOS message with the actual Democratic Party. She's trying to, I guess, let the Democrats know exactly where they missed that. Well, other people say, that wasn't what she was talking about at all. So I want to get what people think about that and what people feel about it. Original, you up here too. Like I said, you did hear that you actually, like I said, you did leave a comment. So I want to get your opinion on that as well too. What do you think about that? About the Yvette Carnell? Do you think that she's trying to strategize behind the scenes with Democrats to try to get black voters, to try to secure the black vote for the next election, even the midterm coming up? Is she trying to show, hey, this is where you missed that? Because here's my thing. It wasn't hard to see what Democrats missed at. They had one main talking point to me, and that was about reproductive rights and abortion. That was the main thing that they championed. Yeah, they talked a little bit about the economy. They talked a little bit about this or that or whatever, but that was the main talking point. So I don't really see where you would strategize where it was that hard, because pretty much if you listen to a lot of black people, it was easy to tell like what they were focused on. Mainly they were focused on the economy and immigration. Those were the two main things that they were worried about the most. So I don't know exactly, what strategy that she could formulate for them that they couldn't see. That just common sense would tell them. But Original, let me get your opinion on that video as well too.
Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't remember commenting on that video.
For real?
I was looking on my timeline trying to find it, and I don't see it.
Yeah, because I read a comment right before And originally, you kind of sound like you're a little bit mumble, but yeah, I read a comment that you said too. Now I don't know if you saw the video, but you did leave a comment, and I actually read it as well too.
Okay. But from the optics of what I've heard, I do believe that this is. Remember, Newstoter, when I shared those 9 perception management strategies, that those are war tactics that are used against. They've been using them against us for quite some time. And the first one is preparation, having clear goals and knowing the idea of position you want people to hold. I think, see what happened, Newstoter, we kicked the Democrats' butts. We kicked them royally. See, in their mind, they thought that we did not have an option. And I'll admit, Donald Trump's presidency is more than likely going to be a disaster, in my opinion. We kicked their butt. Because I talked to someone in Los Angeles, and they told me that they had a conversation with a political scientist, and that political scientist said it was estimated that 16 million black folks sat at home and didn't vote. And that shut the hell out of me.
Hey, original, you still sound a little muffled.
Let me try something else. Hold on for a second.
Yeah. And Crooks, I got you next too. So I know you had your hand up, so I got you. So yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you good.
Okay. Yeah, so they said about 16 million black folks sat home and didn't vote. And we have to understand that these people, they're good at what they do. But we've always been able to get around them. And they would use anyone that they can use in order to secure us in coming back to vote for them. But I've heard quite a number of people who have said they're not going back. They said if the Democrats are not going to do anything specifically for us, screw the Democrats. They don't care. They've already said that. And I think that with this issue with Yvette Carnell, I think she is being used in order to see that's their key to unlock the door to try to come back into our community and get us to vote for them. Because if she was saying this black and brown, they already know we're not down with that. We know that these so-called brown people don't like us, and we're not going to waste any time trying to do anything that's going to benefit them and us. Because let's not forget, there are some of these so-called brown people who are claiming that they are owed reparations. And see, since we have got this thing pushed this far, they don't want to deal with us specifically. They always have to add someone else onto it. Remember when during the 2020 primaries and Jim Crow Joe pretended to support reparations? When it was known he was going to be the nominee, he flipped and said he will support it if the Indians are included. But they've already gotten their reparations. And I see that that's what this may be, is that she is being used to promote this black and brown garbage, stating that we should get reparations and the black and brown, and no one on this planet has suffered more than we have. And no one on this planet, there was no so-called brown people enslaved with our ancestors. There was no brown people suffering from the civil rights movement. As a matter of fact, they was trying to get classified as being white. And there were some of them saying that the Negro problem, not their problem. They didn't give a damn about us. So if their forebears didn't give a damn, they don't give a damn either. Hell, just in 2016, Mexico just allowed its black citizens to vote in 2016. So how in the hell are we going to work with somebody whereby the black people in their country are treated worse than we're treated here? So I think she's being used. This looked more like some type of obby move where they're trying to figure out, because I'm telling you, from what I've seen of some of these Democrats, they are shaking. They didn't expect us to hold back and not vote
or vote for Donald Trump in the manner that some of us did. And that scared the hell out of them, because when you look at how Kamala lost, I mean, she lost big time. And they lost. Hell, here in Georgia, Newstoter, Nakima Williams is being asked to resign because she was supposed to be the head of, I guess, outreach and whatever here in Georgia. And a lot of these people running for their state position, they didn't win. Now they want her out. So I feel that this is connected to that in a matter as to how they're going to get us to come back and vote. But Democrats, if you're listening, we're not coming back to vote without any tangibles. Specifically for us, there would be no black and brown. There would be no black in anything, because there was no other demographic enslaved with our ancestors. There is no other demographic that continues to deal with the vestiges of enslavement but us. And we're not, they think we're playing, because if you think you're going to come over here and dangle something in our face and then get us to go out there and vote for you, that's not happening. But I do believe, Newstoter, that this is one of these perception management. I don't want to read all those 9 strategies because, you know, it'll take a little time. But I think this is a perception management move by them. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, she was already mentioning something about the Democrats already, or something like that. And that is the nature of these people. So I just want everybody to just, if you get a chance, just go to your search it, to type in Perception Management Wiki, and go. I think it's the second page, and I want you to read those 9 strategies, and just think about what's going on here, and you will see it'll give you a little bit more. It may give you a little bit more insight as to what's really going on and how they're trying to manipulate us to come back and vote for them in order for them to continue to abuse us. Because when you look at it, what did they do? They didn't bring those reparations bill to the floor in California. You know, in 2020, Kamala said she wouldn't do anything that was specifically for us. And then it was something else that went down too. But it was so, how they had to, the plan for the black man had, it was just for the black man, but the plan for the Latino was the Latino man and his family. Well, don't you give a damn about the black man's family? This right here is, in my opinion, this is a perception management operation that is designed to. It's like a sneak attack, because they think Yvette still had a lot of clout with the grassroots. But when you hear some of the people that was in ADOS, and they're like, they still support the ADOS, but they don't support her. And so I don't see this as being something good. I see this as being a perception management trick. And if people are not careful, black people would end up in a worse position. Because right now, we're in a power position right now because of what we did. A lot of people don't understand exactly what went down, because when they didn't get that black vote, and if it's true that about 16 million black folks sat home, that right there is the power move. Because see, what they did was they positioned Donald Trump as being the worst thing. It would be horrible if he was elected. And they talked about abortion rights and this. And see, that didn't matter to us. We're like, if there's no tangibles for us, there's no vote. You're not going to continue to abuse us and expect us to come and vote for you. That's just not going to happen. So I'll land and see what happens. But I see this as a perception management operation, whereby they're going to use this to try to cause division between us. All I can say, people, stay focused on what you want. We want lineage-based reparations. Stay focused on that, because these people, they're very devious. They've done this for a long time. And so, and when they can't get their way, they will find anyone that they can use to try to dip back in and switch things around and think that we're going to follow them. But follow your mind. Follow your heart. Do not allow these people to trick you in our land.
All right, thank you, Original. Let me give a shout out real quick to Simply Rick too for his contribution on Cash App. I invited Reggie up here as well too. Reggie, I know there's a few hands in front of you, but invited Reggie because Reggie is, he's definitely a supporter of ADOS. So I want to get Reggie's perspective on that video as well too, and get Reggie's perspective, in general about the whole situation as well too. So Reggie, I'm going to get to you. I want you to stay up here. Don't leave because I want to hear what Reggie has to say about this situation. Crooks, I know you had your hand up. Did you want to go back and speak or are you good?
Yeah, let me just get on real quick. I ain't gonna take up too much time because what I have to say, I'm straight to the point. But as far as ADOS as an organization, it doesn't have any grassroots backing. From my perspective, and I think a lot of other people's perspective, what she's doing is something to benefit her. It's not to benefit us because, she's had plenty of time to make an influence. And where has it gone? But all we have to do is keep doing what we're doing because obviously we're making an impact. We don't need to rely on someone to tell us that we're doing the right or wrong thing. We know what we're doing. So let's just keep it up, people. D1 FBA.
All right, thank you, Crooks. Appreciate it. Let me go ahead and get to I'm gonna get to Ricky. I'm gonna get to Ray. I'm gonna get to Mr. Al and Reggie. If you want to speak after that, just let me know because, like I said, I do want to hear. And I know Ricky said he was once, pretty solid with ADOS as well too. So I do want to hear. I do want to hear different opinions as well too. I know everybody. I know this space is gonna have different opinions about that video, that surface, and everything else like that as well too. So I want to hear what everybody has to say up in the space. If it gets to the point where we have a bunch of hands coming up here and we have a bunch of people trying to come up here, guys, I will drop some of the original speakers who spoke and bring up some new hands just to go ahead and clear some space. But in the meantime, I just want to hear what you guys got to say because it seems like everybody definitely has an opinion on it. Ricky, go ahead and unmute your mic.
Now, to what Crooks just said, as far as whatever we're doing as a people, I think that we really need to look to new strategies. Nobody should be too high-minded. I think that ADOS did start the reparations movement. The lineage-based reparations deal that we're dealing with starts in one place, nowhere else. Now, this whole smear about the black-brown thing that they're trying to include other people in the reparations is absolute nonsense. And it's really disappointing that, it's really our people engaging in a lie. Landed.
Okay, now Ricky, in that video, she didn't say anything about including black and brown in the reparations. Now, but she was talking about basically that the Democrats missed on the black and brown votes, and that's what she pretty much was saying. But I didn't hear anything about her saying that black and brown to be included in any reparations. But it's pretty much like, hey, you know what? You guys didn't pay attention to the warning signs, basically paraphrasing, and you missed on the black and the Latino vote. That's the black and brown vote. That's what I pretty much heard.
Her saying that, how could that be a problem at all when I think we really didn't do our job. Too many of us voted for that monster. We should have been at lower numbers, way lower numbers than we were in favor of Harris, and they completely turned on the Democrats. So to say, all right, they did it too, that's just an acknowledgement. That's kind of where the blowout came. The blowout came with them, not us. That's just an acknowledgement of the facts.
Well, I mean, I think you look at the actual numbers and the raw data and you say, okay, well, pretty much the black vote didn't, we saw that it was a slight uptick with black men voting for Trump. But then you also got to take in the fact too that it was a number of black people that voted in the last election that said, you know what, I'm not going to vote in this election here. It was a whole bunch of black people that actually didn't take part in this election either. So I think that I think that was a silent protest, a way of saying, you know what, I don't like either candidate, and last time I voted Democrat, so I'm just going to sit this one out all together. So I think you have to look at it that way as well too.
I support those people.
No doubt. Let me go ahead and get to Ray. Ray, go ahead and unmute your mic. What's going on tonight, Ray?
What's going on, news? I'm gonna be real quick, bro. Just so you know, your spaces aren't showing up. Like, I've been trying to get on. I was actually looking for, and I just want to give you a heads up about that. You know, like I normally have that purple, I guess, circle, so you kind of see like someone's on. And yeah, like I said, I couldn't find your space for a while, so I just want to give you a heads up.
I thought I sent you too. Didn't I send you a DM today? I thought I sent you a DM.
Yes, you did. I just didn't. I should have paid attention.
No, okay, yeah, because I know you told me that before, that sometimes you're not getting you're not seeing anything with the spaces. That's why I said, well, let me go ahead and send Ray the actual space as well too. So yeah, I just appreciate that, Ray, and that's been going on for a little hot minute as well too. So let me go ahead and get to Mr. AI. Is it Mr. AI or Mr. Al?
Mr. Al.
Okay, Mr. Al. Okay, Mr. Al, what's going on, man?
Yeah, I'm doing good. I wouldn't take ADOS seriously at all, or Yvette Carnell, because she used to be a member of the Democratic Party. I think she was under I forgot what that congressman woman's name from DC, Eleanor or something like Norton, something like that. So she's been a Democratic.
Eleanor Holmes Norton.
Yeah. I think she was under her at one point back in the around the mid 2000s, and she was also helping President Barack Obama get elected president. So I don't take her seriously because of her affiliation with the Democratic Party and everything else. That's fine if you are, but if you're just doing it just to if you're doing it, with no substance and everything else, just talk about, just talking just foolery and all that type of stuff, then I wouldn't take this seriously at all. This is just her trying to get her name out there and everything else. She's sitting up there saying that she's for black people, but really she isn't. So I wouldn't take her seriously at all. This is almost similar to the Black Lives Matter movement, which was a gay and transgender movement. Okay, so I'm not against gays. I'm not against gay. I'm not against a black person who's gay and everything else, who's trans and all that. But hey, look, our first priority should be with black people. And if you have those type of ties up there, that's going to be an issue. Okay, it should be black first. I know she kind of means well, but when you've been in the Democratic Party for that long and everything else, then you got to look at it as a side eye. Like, no, what are you doing? Who are you? ADOS really was started by a guy from Louisville, Kentucky. That's where she got the name from. And she was allegedly being sued for like $4 million for copyright infringement over it. So I would be I've always been very suspect. I've always looked at Yvette Carnell as very suspect and everything else, because she's been, for the last, she criticized people like Dr. Francis Welsling, Dr. Cornel West, Dr. Claude Anderson. She bashed Dr. Claude Anderson and Minister Louis Farrakhan and everything else. So I don't take this lady serious at all. So I mean, I'll be very careful with this. I'll just land my plane there.
All right, thank you, Mr. Al. Thank you. Let me go ahead and get to that Negro. That Negro, what's going on with you tonight? That Negro, are you there? Yeah.
Oh yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. How you doing?
Oh, okay, my bad, Newstoter. I was talking with the mute on. I'm doing all right. How about you?
Oh, I'm hanging in there, bro.
All right, fam. All right. Salute to Newstoter. Salute to DJ. Woo, man. Yeah, this is a good topic and one that we definitely need to. We of the grassroots definitely need to pay attention to and move accordingly from. So, you know, long story short, and I definitely will give credit where credit is due. ADOS originally was how I even heard of reparations. Literally, I think I can't even remember. It was like 1990 something, way back. You know, so I will give kudos where, but I will give kudos where they're deserved. I think that, like all things, people get the God complex and the idea that was great. Kind of, then you start seeing the money that could come with it, or this or that, kind of the glamour and the fame that could come with it, and you're like, oh no, this is mine. You know, kind of like the what's that? The my precious Lord of the Rings. You know, like the ring, how he gets all geeked out over the ring. Well, people, that's a real, you know, psychological thing that people go through when they have something. So she came up with that great idea. If she would have left it in the ancestors' hands, that would have been awesome. But obviously she hasn't. I mean, I am from the grassroots. Many of you, Newstoter yourself, can attest to what I've been through on this app for people writing for the real reparations movement. And I seriously base that all in the hands of the ancestors. Like I'm just riding with them. And for me to be blocked by her, you guys know here, everyone here knows I am here to uplift and support any of us in any way, as long as you're supporting the bigger mission. So for her to block me, I've never said a word to her. I've never said nothing to her. And I've never done nothing but try to support. But because I don't support her specific ideology, she's like, it's my way or the highway. And that is not a way to build a true coalition for the people by us. And so from the grassroots, that's really where I'm coming from. I've been blocked by her for like 2 years. I looked tonight because this, you know, you were having the room. I just looked to see, and sure enough, I was like, what have I done to her? And everyone here can think about me, myself, like that mulatto Negro, he don't really mess with nobody. You know, he's just here to help us. So knowing that and knowing my character, why would she block me? So, and if you listen, a lot of people have said this, y'all, and it's all over. If you don't have the grassroots, you don't have us. You know, you don't have our ancestors at heart. And so, you know, not to be long-winded, but she is not for us. Anyone that stands with the Democrats, I think this election proved more than any other time that I've ever seen. Any person that looks like us and stands with them is against us. I mean, there's no other way. So her running over there and jumping back to that isn't hard for me to see or get why. I mean, she's in it for the bag, not for our people. So I would land it right there, but definitely do not trust her. Do not donate money to her. Like, let's get into ancestor-led things and donate money towards that. Let's donate money towards things that are really about our people. And, I will land right there. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak, Newstoter. And I hope my message came out clear. I'll land.
All right. Thank you, brother, as always. Let me go ahead. I see Sergeant Nemesis. You came up here. Sergeant Nemesis. Reggie, like I said, I know you hadn't got your hand up, so I want you to come up here and speak as well, too. But I know you didn't raise your hand yet, so I don't know if you're trying to just wait for a second. But I do want to hear what you got to say. In the meantime, I guess we'll let Sister Amia go ahead and get hers in. Amia, how you doing tonight?
Hey, how you doing tonight? Can you hear me okay?
Yes, ma'am. You got it.
All right. Hey, yeah, I just came in not too long ago. Great space so far. So let me go to your title. Is Yvette Carnell and ADOS about to work with the Democrats? Yeah, they're teaming up now. But okay, let me go back because this is some new tea that I have not heard. So did Reggie just say that she had like a copyright scandal?
No, that Reggie hadn't spoke yet. That wasn't Reggie.
Oh, who was that said that?
That might have been Crooks that might have said it, I believe. I'm not entirely sure, but I believe it might have been Crooks said that.
Okay. So she had a copyright scandal going on before she latched onto ADOS. Is that what I'm understanding? Or is she the founder of ADOS? So she founded and trademarked ADOS. Is that correct? Because I was blocked by her too. I don't know why. I never had a conversation with Chopper Suit. So like I'm not too sure why, but yeah. I'm kind of coming in like the tail end. So can you kind of catch me up? I'm sorry.
Now from what Crooks said, Crooks, you're still up here. Can you I know you were saying something about a copyright lawsuit about somebody that actually came up with a name before her. Could you go over that again?
That was not me. I said,
oh, that wasn't you.
With the copyright or anything like that.
The
thing I said is that she ain't my mama and she ain't nobody else.
I apologize for that, Crooks. I thought that was you. Maybe.
I said nothing about any copyright. You know.
Okay, my bad. I thought maybe.
But besides that, that's it.
Maybe it was Mr. Al said it. Mr. Al, can you repeat that? And I apologize for that, Crooks. But Mr. Al, can you go ahead and repeat that?
About ADOS?
About the copyright lawsuit you say? Because I'm gonna be honest, I never heard that before, so I don't know anything about that.
What happened was she got this ADOS thing from a black professor who's from Louisville. I forgot the gentleman's name, but that's how she got the name ADOS.
Is it Nora Shelton?
Yes, Nora Shelton. That was.
And that stuff is not true. Just to say that.
Nora Shelton? Yeah, it is true. He was following along.
Oh, sure. Is it true or is it not true? Because we need to.
True.
Oh, okay.
Well, listen, I'm gonna say for the sake purposes, I don't know anything about it. I'm just saying this is new, so I don't know anything about it. So.
Because what the hell? Because that's some serious shit right there. Because
Try not to bust the S word, but go ahead, Amir.
Okay, yeah. Well, anyways, I don't want to, derail your space. So let me.
Well, no, you could go. You could go ahead because I don't know. Like I say, I don't know anything about the actual. I don't know anything about a copyright suit or anything like that. I don't know. And she and yeah. But I mean, you can you're more than welcome to share your opinion about the actual title of the space. I mean,
yeah. So I'll go ahead and hurry up because I know you got a lot of hands. So to your title, is Yvette Carnell and ADOS about to work and team up with the Democrats? Yes. I just seen her on national news. The Democrats, they are grasping at straws, and because now she will have some national pull now if they actually team up together. But she does seem very compromised. But then again, I don't really know because I got blocked from her. The only thing I can see from looking from within is that I believe her and other people were together, were a group, and they fell out. She was pushing some LGBTQ shit. She was going some far left. And then we have this. But it does seem like, to your title, it does seem like that she is teaming up. All right, Newstoter, great space. Have a good day.
All right, thank you, Amia. Let me go ahead and get to I see we got Sergeant Nemesis. I'm gonna get to you, and then I'm gonna get to Reggie. I'll get to you as well, Ray, as well too. Sergeant Nemesis, go ahead and unmute your mic.
you doing, man? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. How you doing?
I'm doing great, brother. I just want to be real quick here. I'm someone who followed Yvette Carnell long before the ADOS movement. This is when she had those long dreadlocks, and she used to be on, what's my brother's name, man? She used to be on the show with Boyce, Dr. Boyce. She had those long dreadlocks, and they used to just have banter back and forth, good banter. From that, she branched off from him, and there was in one of her YouTube spaces, there was discussions about Africans playing African American characters in movies and stuff. I'm condensing this whole thing, but I just want to give people a quick background. From that discussion, there was birthed a discussion about, who represents us really? Should celebrities be speaking for African Americans who are in working class, et cetera, et cetera? From these discussions birthed the ADOS discussions. People who are African Americans that are not African or African descent, or just from descendants of slaves. This is where the ADOS movement was born. I know because I was in those rooms, I was following her. So I don't know where anyone gets any kind of discussion that, or any kind of notion that she's funded by anybody or she's some kind of an agent. I can't speak on who she's blocked and who doesn't like her, who dislikes the movement. But people need to be clear about something. This was an organic movement. It was spawned from discussion. The ADOS movement is a movement that was spawned from just ordinary working class black people discussing topics on forums and on YouTube. That's it. That's all I want to say.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let me go ahead and get to Reggie. Reggie, go ahead and unmute your mic.
No, I just saw the title, and first I wanted to thank you, Newstoter, for being clear about what we're talking about here, and that you made clear that there's nothing in the video that suggests that we're working with the Democrats. I think we got a lot of people that are immature and want to do shade room politics and just read the headline of Nikki or whoever it is, just put up. So people read the headline, don't look at the interview, don't look at our agenda, and I'm just making it clear that we're not working with or for the Democrats. We're working for our people. So I mean, this kind of goofy little black Twitter TMZ shit, niggas gotta grow up for real.
Everybody try not to curse though, but go ahead. And real quick, I want to say this original, because I'm trying to have as many speakers up here as possible. So original, if you could just accept that co-host invite, just so we can because I want to bring somebody else up here as well. I don't know if original's still up in the space, but I just, like, from what I said, guys, like I didn't hear her in the actual video say that she was working with the Democrats. But then I know a lot of people said, a lot of people felt that they inferred that. So, I guess it's open to interpretation. But I did want to have this space tonight just because we are going to play that video, and I want to hear what people think themselves about it as well, too. Reggie, did you have anything else you want to add?
Yeah, I've probably said this in other spaces or maybe on your platform before, but I'm going to say it again. Everywhere that black people live, there is ADOS membership there. We are all across the country, so I don't know where this talk of grassroots and who's outside, because understand this, every month I meet with all the chapters in the foundation, and when we go down the list, a lot of y'all people, you ain't grassroots, you're house plants, because we're outside and we don't see you, and I'm just keeping it real. This is not shade. I would love to see you outside, but this little internet chitter chat and watching pimps play with puppets and cartoons. We are grown ass folks out here trying to get politics done. So y'all can go play with puppets and go to fake museums turned into comedy clubs, or you can come join an organization whose sole purpose for existing is to get the politics, the reparations, and the resources that our people deserve. Y'all can go to joinados.com. People can feel how they want to feel, but we're moving forward. Y'all can stay in the house, or you can come outside with us.
All right, Reggie, that kind of was a little low blow about the museum, but let me ask you this right here, Reggie. In terms of and you're with ADOS and you connected. I mean, is ADOS are they planning on strategizing with the Democrats to help them try to pull in more black voters for the next election, whether the midterm or the presidential election? Is that something that you guys behind the scenes are trying to do to try to help the Democrats kind of regain a little bit of control of the black vote that they lost in this previous election?
Absolutely not. And the way that you're framing it, Newstoter, what you got to do is flip it around. We're not looking to do anything with the Democrats or the Republicans or the Greens or the Libertarians or whoever else to get black votes to come to their side. Our job, and if we want to be real, everybody's job in this room and under the sound of my voice, it is our job to push this nation to give us what we need. And unless and until that happens, these people don't deserve or earn the vote. So I don't know where this gossip comes from that we're here to bring black people to the Democrats. No, we're here to bring the Democrats, the Republicans, the Greens, and everybody else to black people to bend the knee and put forth the agenda that we put forth. Y'all can go to adosfoundation.org and plug into that, and you can advocate with your representative and senator today. So, I mean, less gossip, more work.
All right. Thank you, Reggie. We're going to get to King. We're going to get to Mark was up here, but Mark must have dropped down. So we're going to get to King. We'll get to ADOS as well, too. Let me go ahead and get you, King, up here. Go ahead, King, and unmute your mic.
So, I'm saying this as well as somebody who has been blocked by Yvette Carnell for whatever reason. I think honestly she's probably like in one of these like accounts that never comes up and just sees everybody in the room and just block, and just runs down the line. But oh well, it is what it is. But I say this to say that I support her as well as ADOS in their initiative. And we all need to have some type of initiative. Mine personally, I live in Kansas, so I'm talking to local legislation in my area to get them up on game on our demands for reparations. And I use a lot of these spaces in our talks, as well as her platform and others, to make sure I stay in the loop, as well as I'm reading, getting up on game with From Here to Equality, to remaking of Black America, just to stay in the loop and make sure I stay up on my toes when it comes down to this. And if they are working with the Democrats, so what? So be it. As long as, again, similar to what the point Brother Reggie's made, that as long as the power structure in some way, shape, or form is hearing our needs and understanding where we're at, because at the end of the day, it cost them, the Democrats, this election. So naturally, they should be trying to find solutions to get back in our good favor and graces. And if she can be the one to push that, I'm all for it. I'll end there.
All right. Thank you, King. I appreciate you coming up here. I want to go ahead and get to ADOS Warrior. ADOS Warrior, how you doing tonight?
Doing good, man. Thanks for having me up.
You really, ADOS Warrior, you're really, 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 really low. Do you got a headset on?
Yeah, I do.
Can you take that off for us?
Give me a second.
Okay. Let's give ADOS Warrior a second to take the headset off so the people on YouTube can hear, because a lot of times they're saying, even with Reggie, when you were speaking, Mocha Girl was saying that she had a hard time hearing you. So go ahead, ADOS Warrior. Do you still have the headset on, or are you adjusting it now or taking it off?
I'm trying to adjust right now. You can come back to me a little bit later.
Okay, I'll come right back to you. Mark, I know you was up here and you dropped down. So Mark, do you want to speak?
Yeah. Hey, man, look. We're not creating no more Jesse Jackson and Al Sharpton It's either a round table or not.
Mark, you real low too. You got a headset on?
No.
Okay, try to speak up as loud as you can because it's hard to hear you.
Can you hear me now?
About the same, but go ahead.
So we're not creating no more testing taxes. Our shops. We don't care about no elitist black folks that don't want to hear the voice of the people. And we don't need no organization if it's not the people's organization. If y'all read the new language that's being read, that's being pushed around and on the website of ADOS, they talk about us paying Africans. We're not paying out, and we're not gonna acquiesce to paying Africans, and we're not gonna allow y'all to peacefully be paying out. We read the little messages y'all talking about. People were what you gonna call them, African Americans, who are immigrants and whatever y'all talking about. Man, we don't agree with that. The same thing we said to Cam. The same thing we said to Camila Moore. We're not going along with this paying out. Now, when it comes to this Democrat Party, it doesn't shock me for any woman, or especially a gay woman, with a white woman, to be pushing that Democratic coalition, that what else they call it, that progressive agenda, that underlying progressive agenda. We're not fooled by anybody. Nobody is special when it comes to the movement. We don't answer to no acquiesce to anybody who don't understand that there should be a round table now. Not in this generation where you be able to move around without being addressed. So you can tell whoever you go tell Yvette or whoever arrested with your arrogant self that we're not gonna stand back and watch y'all walk out people to the slaughter. Y'all moves that are being made.
Respond since you said something.
All right, somebody got to mute their mic because it sounded like their mic was had an open mic. But thank you, Mark. Real quick, for those that can support us on Cash App, $Newstoter, $Newstoter. Newstoter is the largest Black-owned, Black American news media curation platform today in America. Once again, $Newstoter. We have the PayPal and Venmo also up in the Jumbotron, and we have the Newstoter membership for anybody that wants to support us on a monthly basis for as little as $1.75. You can support the Newstoter platform for as little as $1.75. The link is up in the Jumbotron. Click the link, create a profile, and just like that quick, you can support us for as little as $1.75. Same for my people on YouTube. Let's get some YouTube subscribers to go ahead and become members on the newstoter.com platform for as little as $1.75. For those that can't support us on Cash App, even if it's $1, we put it to use. So $Newstoter, $Newstoter. Let me go ahead and get to ADOS Warrior. Are you got the headset off now?
Total, excuse me real quick. Can I respond since I was mentioned?
Go ahead real quick.
Yeah, I mean, I want Mark to tell me, has he read the ADOS agenda, and if so, which part is he disagreeing with? Because he's saying a lot of stuff, but I'm trying to figure out what part. What about the agenda do you have a problem with?
Hey, Reggie, real quick, you got to mute your mic while he's talking because the feedback. Go ahead, Mark. And when he comes off, you got to mute your mic. But go ahead, Mark.
I spoke on really one thing when it comes to that Pan-Africanist talk, that immigrant talk. People of dark skin. Man, look, bro. These Africans, these Caribbeans, just like Mexicans, Jews, and Indians, they all are part of the immigrant agenda. And so we're not going to quietly allow these undercover Democrats to push these people into the fold of what we do as Black people. Now, if she don't want to be attacked through social media on a consistent basis, then I suggest y'all get rid of that type of talk. Now, do what you want to do. It's just like we're going to do what we want to do. And then she must understand that this is going to be a round table in this generational time. And we're one leaders. We don't kiss your eyes. We're going to put you under fire. Put you under fire on every level. And we have to do something. We ain't just these people on the app talking. But we see the move when that type of language seeps into an organization where you're talking about this, you might as well say people of color. That's total disrespect to our people. Pushing Pan-Africanism, and after knowing that the Pan-Africanist movement is no different than Mexicans and these other immigrant groups who are attempting to undermine our communities. And what you say, you firmly, something y'all, the language y'all use. Maybe you can quote that, and I'll go find it and bring it and put it in the chat where you talking about what you firmly gonna do and not gonna do. Well, we telling you we firmly gonna put y'all ass under fire. Y'all don't do any of that Pan-Africanist talk. We don't care about no Africans or no Caribbeans. I don't care if they do have the same skin tone as we do. All skin folks ain't kin folks. Start with them.
All right, Reggie, go ahead, because he took it so you can go ahead and speak.
Like I said, I told him to tell me what he had a problem with. I don't think he even read the agenda, and half of the people talking ain't read the agenda either. I mean, this shit is goofy, because again, when I talk to the chapter leaders around the country, a lot of these Negroes that are talking ain't outside of politicians.
Okay. Okay. Hey, real quick.
I'll put it in the chat what I'm speaking on, and I would like for somebody to read it, preferably him, since you know every damn thing. I want him to read it where they're talking about this whole thing of this undercover immigrant talk, because of these Africans or Caribbeans. We draw a line in the sand with that, and anybody that aligns with it, you the opposition too.
All right. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Reggie. Also, DJ, you get a chance. I want you to play that video so everybody can hear that video and kind of draw their own conclusion on that as well, too. So I want you to play that video. I also want to give a shout out to California for the contribution on Cash App. But I want you, when you get a chance, to go ahead and play that video. ADOS Warrior, how is the connection now? You still at ADOS Warrior? Okay, we'll come back to ADOS Warrior in a little bit. DJ, are you in the space? I don't know if DJ's in the space or not. Yikes. Okay, we'll come back to DJ. When we get DJ back in the space, guys, we will have DJ play that video as well, too. So go ahead, Ellis. You got it.
Yeah, I went on I heard Reggie was talking about people being out there on the ground, boots on the ground. So I went to the ADOS website where it said join us, but they're asking there's a paywall. They asked for $65. So I wanted to know, do you have to be a member to be grassroots? Because it kind of seemed like you were saying that people were just not wanting to do it. But it seems like it's a membership fee. So you kind of have to join to be able to get, any type of information as to what they're doing on the ground. So that's not necessarily a grassroots movement. It's more so like a membership movement. So I wanted to ask them what exactly would the $65 do? Like, what does it encompass? They obviously got to pay to keep the lights on, but I'm looking for events here in California. I'm out in California. There's no event. The event page is outdated, Reggie. Then some of the news sites, like, they don't mention nothing about the election, which is very big. So that's a little bit outdated. So I just was wondering what's going on with the website. You said join in. Do you have to pay to be a part of ADOS? Like, what's going on with that? And why isn't the website updated?
Okay, I don't know if Reggie wants to cover that. I want to say also, if anybody's in this space recording this and streaming this outside your space, outside of this, you do not have permission. Do not stream this. Do not upload this to your YouTube channel. If I find out, I'm going to knock your page straight up. So I'm letting you know right now, I'm putting you on blast. Don't come in here. I don't go ahead and I don't live stream other people's stuff. Don't come in here doing that. So I'm just putting anybody on blast. If you might be doing that, I don't know what the hell. And it's these dudes. Like, I mean, who raised you Negroes? Be a man and go out there and create your own damn content. Don't come in here like some kind of leech. Straight up. Go ahead and create your own content. Don't be a man. Let me see. Okay, Mark, you want to say something? Go ahead.
Yeah, so I put it in the chat, and if maybe you or Richie or one of you read that second paragraph where they're making it clear. And I don't know who they think who they are sending this message to, but we're gonna respond accordingly. We're gonna show you arrogant people what it looks like. Now, everything else you do, okay, cool. But you're not going to take our people and walk us down that Pan-Africanist line any longer, not quietly. We're not our parents' generation. And don't no uppity black folks tell us nothing. And we don't move on accordingly. So if somebody can read that second paragraph and the words that are coming out of their movement about this Pan-Africanist talk, we're not Pan-Africans. We're not going to empower them to come to the country and undermine us along with the Mexicans, the Jews, and whoever else.
All right. Just Case, I see her on YouTube and she's saying that X won't show the space. Everybody's saying that. I don't know what's going on. Y'all know how X does and stuff like that. So I don't know how many times I've tweeted this space out and stuff like that. I would say go to the Newstoter page here on X if you guys can't see it. And you should be able to find that on my actual page. You should be able to actually find that. So go to the actual Newstoter page. And you should, because it's a number of actual, I've retweeted a number of times the actual space, so it should be on there, guys. So go ahead and go there. Ray, go ahead, because I don't know if ADOS Warrior, are you still up here or not? If not, I may have to just drop ADOS Warrior down and get him to come back up. Reggie, look like you were trying to say something.
Oh, no, I was just wanting to answer the question. The membership fee just keeps the lights on. And I don't know of any serious movement where you ain't got to put something on it like that. That's just what it is. Whether it's to keep the lights on or to engage in politics. Like y'all are gonna get footage from what we did in Boston. That'll be forthcoming. But look, I'm just gonna keep it real. If y'all niggas can pay for a comedy club, if you can pay for a school that don't go nowhere, if you can buy deodorant and pepper spray,
Wait, hold on.
From one of you.
1 second.
Hold on real quick, y'all. When somebody's speaking, go ahead, because every time, I don't know, certain phones have feedback. Reggie, whenever somebody comes off their mic and open up and his mic is open, we're hearing this feedback. So go ahead and let Reggie go ahead and finish speaking so we don't hear all that feedback, and then we will get to you, I promise. So let him finish. Once he closes his mic up, then we will go ahead and get to you, because we don't want to hear that constant feedback. So go ahead, Reggie, and finish what you were saying, and then whoever wants to speak, we'll get to them as well too. It should be unmuted. I don't know if it's a double mute or not, but it should be unmuted. Go ahead, Reggie.
Yeah, like look, at the end of the day, like I said, if niggas can pay for schools that never show up, they can pay for fake museums and juke joints and pepper spray and deodorant. You can pay for your politics. Like I'm not doing this shade room tweets nuts in your mouth. Like y'all gotta grow up. Like straight up, I'm not doing this shit. I'm out here to work. I'm not buying documentaries. I'm not doing this performative shit. Is y'all niggas gonna work or not?
Hey, y'all try not to curse in it, but go ahead.
That's the question I was trying to ask you, Reggie. What exactly would be the work? You compare it to other things that actually didn't pan out. It's almost as if you're suggesting this won't pan out, so we might as well just do it anyway. So again, I was just asking exactly, because I don't see no events lined up. Now, I don't mind paying for the event, like the reparations rally and stuff like that, because I'm getting something out of it. $300, $400. get a hotel, you go down there, you get to meet other people that's involved in the movement. You know, that sounds like it's a fair exchange. But just to be paying $65 to keep the lights on something, and the only justification you give me is, well, hell, if you pay for something else that don't work, you might as well pay for this that, you know, you're suggesting is not really necessarily doing anything. But then you say that you're on the ground. So again, I'm wondering, like, where are the events? What are the, you know, I guess it's ironic, but what are the tangibles of us paying for this organization?
Well, if you're looking for like events and little places to dance and talk your shit and run off, ADOS ain't the place for you. We're not about like simply throw this event or throw that event. We are about action. We are about building a movement. And I'm telling you, like California, we have a lot of people there. We meet every month. Like the chapters meet every month. So when you tap in, you're gonna see that army. But I think a lot of people get confused because they just want to go outside with a bullhorn and start hollering. But it's like we're out here looking at budgets. We're out here actually building with politicians. And it's like, and I'm not gonna brag and be specific about California, but
I'm not to brag.
Hey, Ellis, everybody, when Reggie's speaking, now certain speakers maybe, and not only that, but I'm going to let everybody know the rules of how we do it in here. When the speaker's speaking, let that speaker finish speaking. Do not come off your mic. And I definitely don't want to keep hearing that feedback as well, too. For whatever reason, when Reggie he talks and somebody else talks, you're hearing that feedback. Let him finish speaking. And then once he's done, once he stops speaking, then go ahead and you can go ahead. And then not only that, but we're going to move on to the other speakers as well, too, because we have some other hands up as well, too. So Reggie, land your plane. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to get to some other speakers as well. Let me let everybody else know as well, too. I don't want to hear a whole bunch of cursing in here, too, because this is being streamed on YouTube as well, too, guys. So, but go ahead, Reggie, land your plane. And then, Ellis, if you got something to say, I'll let you say something real quick, but we got to get to the other hands in here as well, too.
Thank you, Newstoter. I guess I just want to wrap it up and just, because I'm kind of trying to find my wording here. We're organizers. We're not club promoters. We're not event planners. We're not the turn up committee. And I think people are getting that confused. And that's why people sound how they sound in this conversation.
Okay, real quick, I want to say, like, I mean, what's wrong with somebody having a museum, though? I don't have an issue with somebody. I mean, and I know you're saying the museum and the club and stuff like that, but, you know, let's be honest, as Black people, we don't have enough museums and things of culture in this country as well, too. I don't really see an issue with somebody having a museum. You know, and I don't have an issue if you guys have a membership fee, you know, with ADOS, if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. You know, I'm not going to say anything about it, but I just don't understand when we're talking about, you know, Black people, however we can make money in this country, I'm all for it. You know, as long as it ain't illegal and it ain't at the destruction of another Black person like that. You know, what it is, but I really don't see the point. Like we keep saying, like, and like the museum, like how you keep bringing the museum up in it. But you know, hey, I think more cities in this country, especially in some of these areas that's predominantly Black, some of these cities, I think they could stand to use a museum personally myself. But you know, I don't really have an issue with anybody owning a museum. But you know, that's another conversation for another time. Ellis, I'm gonna let you go ahead and say something real quick, and then I want to go ahead because we got a new speaker up. I got my girl Jess Cakes up here. And I got to get Jess Cakes up on the mic, too. So go ahead, Ellis.
No, I mean, I guess he made his point clear on what they actually do. I would like to know exactly, you know, when these meetings are what's going on in California. If you could post it in the chat so we could get some more information, or if I have to pay for it, then you just let me know you got to pay for that information, and that'd be fine. But you know, other than that, I'll land my plane.
All right. Thank you, Ellis. Let me go ahead and get to Jess Cakes. And DJ, if you got a chance to get that video out after Just Cakes, let's go ahead and get it because I want people to get a chance to listen to that. But Just Cakes, how you doing tonight? And let me give a shout out to Avenge the Ancestors as well too for his contribution on Cash App. But you got it, Just Cakes.
Hey, good evening, everybody. Good discussion as usual, but Newstoter, your icon isn't purple or anything, so I'm happy that you did tell me to just go on the page because that was the only way I was going to be able to find it. I updated Twitter and everything else, and it's still doing the same thing, just so you know. But to the topic of the conversation as far as Yvette Carnell and ADOS, I think Reggie is a perfect example of for lack of a better word, a player hater. The reason he keep bringing up the museum and being condescending to people who are critical of ADOS is because that's all he can do. And I feel like that's the reason why a lot of these Democratic shills are comfortable talking to us like Roland Martin, calling us stupid fools. And what we say, if you niggas need this, if you niggas need a nightclub that's a museum sometimes, that's very condescending to black people. And you can't speak to people like that. Black people deserve dignity and respect. And that's what turns people off about the ADOS movement. You guys like to tout yourselves as scholars and this, that, and the other. But you have to be able to meet people where they are. You know, in the position I'm in, you're not going to have just one type of people. You have to meet everybody. Some people learn from reading. Some people learn from hearing. Some people learn from doing. You have to meet people where they are. And being condescending and hating is not the thing to do. It's not the fact that people are unintelligent. It's the fact of it's the messaging. It's the delivery. So no, I don't want to talk to people. I don't want to associate with people that feel the need to talk to black people in that way. I feel like I'm very educated. But I don't respect people that got to talk down to black people like that. And so that's what turns me off to ADOS. For a while they were helpful or informative in certain areas. But the thirst to get recognized by mainstream media was a turnoff. The white men on stage that nobody could really give answers about when they had their conference, and just the all-out player hating against the other people that's quote-unquote doing the work. If you don't fall under the umbrella of Yvette Carnell, and there's no disrespect to her, but if you don't fall in line with Mama, Big Mama, or whatever she called herself, then pretty much she treats you like Roland. You a stupid fool and this, that, and the other. She's nobody's messiah, you know. If this is going to be a teachable moment, you can't be condescending. So people need to get the egos out the way and understand that it's not going to be just a one black person or a specific one black group. We all got to come into it together, but we won't have a black messiah that's going or a black mother that's going to lead us to the promised land of reparations. And I'll land it there.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Jess Cakes. And shout out to Mr. Arthur Watkins as well, too, for his contribution on Cash App. Shout out to Arthur. Let me go ahead. DJ, are you in the space? I'm trying to see if DJ's up in the space. Not sure what DJ's at. Because I saw he said on YouTube that he was there. He had the laptop ready. So I'm trying.
Yeah, hold on one second. One second. Can you hear me?
Laptop ready.
Yeah, I hear you in the background on YouTube.
One second.
Okay, well, come back to us when you when you got it ready. Let me know because I want to go ahead and get that out. So I know everybody wants to hear it too as well. Ray, go ahead and unmute your mic.
I'll be real quick. I was listening to what the sister was saying about Tariq, and I actually went and looked, and I seen that Miss Carnell has actually blocked me too. So it seems like that's the common denominator here, is that anyone that at any time was associated with Tariq, she just went on a blocking spree. So I just wanted to let everyone know, if they have time to just check themselves, because if petty differences is just, a reason to block people, I mean, would you really want to be involved in that organization?
Well, I know she blocked me like 2 years ago, and I had never posted an article or anything or said anything about it. Now, we did have a space early this year about Yvette and ADOS, and I can't remember exactly what it was, but way before that space, I was already blocked, and I never had any interaction with her.
Yvette Carnell relevant. That was the name of the space.
Okay, you got the video ready? Are you still working on that?
Okay, so just real quick, let me just television real quick. So you want me to play the short clip or the long one, which is only 7 minutes or whatever?
Which one is it? Which one did I send you? I couldn't remember.
That was Sister Nikki. There's like a 2-minute clip of what specifically what she said.
Play the 7-8 minute one so everybody can hear the full context of it, and we can just go ahead and dig into that. And what they say? This is for I forgot the damn thing for God, good Lord, I can't think of the name of it, but yeah, this is for whatever purposes or whatever. I can't remember the damn thing we say now. Damn, my mind went blank.
Yeah, this is just for entertainment purposes only, and we are under the Fair Use Act to use.
Yeah, this is for fair use. Fair use, as everybody, we're critiquing and we're discussing this, so this is under fair use. But go ahead, DJ. Yeah, play the 7-8 minute one.
All right, hold on. Just let me know if y'all can hear this just real quick.
All right.
Each other. Alma mater, Howard University Vice President Kamala Harris talked about being proud of the.
I'm good.
Yeah, you good.
All right, here we go, fam. Reach your mic, shut the room out, Newstoter.
Each other. Alma mater, Howard University Vice President Kamala Harris talked about being proud of the race that she ran, but clearly something about Harris's campaign just didn't work the way Democrats had hoped it would. Let's bring in Yvette Carnell, president of the American Descendants of Slavery Advocacy Foundation. Yvette, thank you so much for being with us. First off, let's talk about your organization, because that is important to the perspective that you have. So tell us about it.
Well, the ADOS Advocacy Foundation is founded to support the needs and advocate for the specific needs of American descendants of slavery, tracing back to chattel slavery, Reconstruction, Jim Crow. That's what we're about. We have a specific group, so we advocate for that group. That's what the organization does.
Okay, so thank you for breaking down that. Okay, so most people, even when you look at the election results, overwhelmingly Black women, Black men, even if some of the numbers were smaller than in previous times voting, they still overwhelmingly went for Democrats. But where do you think that the Harris campaign went wrong?
They don't know their electorate. The Democrats have banked on the browning of America, bringing them in votes, right? So that means that by the browning of America, you can treat Latinos the same way that you treat Black people, the same way that you treat ADOS, but we have a different history. And what you heard a lot of Latino or Hispanics say is that, listen, we want opportunity. We don't want to be called Latinx. We don't want any of that. Well, that's a very different thing than ADOS. We want redress. We want rights. We want reparations. We want a lot of different things. So they banked on this idea of just saying, hey, we're going to be pro-immigration, and that's going to bring us in Hispanic voters. That's going to bring us in Latino voters. What they didn't understand is that these people are American, and they want opportunity. And so they were, in large part, not all the way, but they tilted towards being pro-immigration. So Democrats banked on melanin. They banked on the brownness of people, bringing them together, not understanding that these groups have specific needs that they wanted, and they cannot campaign to us the same way. You cannot campaign to Black voters the same way you campaign to Hispanic voters. You just cannot do that. We're two different groups.
Okay, and to that point, we have had, Democrats and Republicans, specifically on Sundays, who I've spoken with, to ask, how do candidates reach these groups And even when it appeared that Kamala Harris wasn't doing well with some of these groups, specifically young black men, young men in general, there would be Democrats who were saying, well, the Republican Party isn't even talking to young black men. So what do you say about these young, diverse groups who did still go Republican, who Democrats really did seem to think that they just had an advantage with?
Listen, you had the co-campaign manager of the Trump campaign tell you in July, Ms. Wiles, who was now the chief of staff, she told us in July that she's going to target Latinos, that she is going to target black men ages 18 to 34. At that point, you have to put an agenda forward for these men. You can't just believe that they're a captured group who are going to vote for you no matter what. And you can't do this identity politics where you say, hey, we're going to protect you more. People are not looking, these men were not looking necessarily. I know the black vote still went for Kamala Harris, but what they're saying is that they're not necessarily just looking to and for a specific thing for Hispanic men. They're looking for opportunity. And I think Trump did campaign to them through symbolism. Even in terms of black men, he was out with rappers, he was out with a lot of people. And I think that was kind of a suggestion of what I'm going to do for you. And at the time, Ms. Wiles, saying co-campaign manager, said what she said about targeting them, I think the Democratic Party should have targeted Latino men. They should have targeted ADOS black men. They should have targeted, and they didn't do that. It was only in the last days of the campaign that we actually got a specific agenda from the Harris campaign about black and Latino men.
So I was talking with a group of Republicans, of Trump supporters, this about an hour ago, talking with them about the wide swath of Americans who voted for now President-elect Trump and how he'll now have to work to keep a number of people happy, how he'll have to do that with policies. You're saying that it's not all about identity politics, that obviously economics is overwhelmingly the top priority for so many Americans. But for you as the president of the American Descendants of Slavery Advocacy Foundation, what do you hope the administration, this next administration, will do for those descendants of slavery?
Well, the first thing I want to see thrown away is the community for police, right? But I want us to have the same kind of opportunity. We need desegregation. There are a lot of things that we need that we're hopeful for. People say, "Oh, you can't get anything out of the Trump campaign." Well, we have a whole agenda up on our website, and we hope we can get some of that, right? The problem is we haven't gotten a whole lot out of the Biden administration either, and people are looking at that and they're not saying, "Hey, Biden, roll with the unions." That's great, but what are you going to do specifically to improve the quality of life for the people that I advocate for? What are you going to do? And we begged the Harris campaign in the early days, "Hey, give us an agenda." And instead of doing that, people made the argument for why she should not have an agenda. And Trump had an agenda, and he's the opposition. And people are saying the country's headed in the wrong way. So you have to show, as Kamala Harris, I'm going to go in a different direction. Trump doesn't have to prove that much. He just has to say, "Hey, this is wrong and I'm going to fix it." And that's what he said. So, I think we just advocate for the things that we advocate for the things that we have decided that improve our quality of life, and we move on. And we do the best we can during this period. But I really think the Harris campaign dropped the ball. They could have done a lot, and they could have done it a lot sooner.
And what do you say for those people who say overwhelmingly, regardless of how they ended up with politics or different issues, that for them, the now president-elect has a history of some very divisive rhetoric, some that many have called racially charged, downright racist? What do you say to that? How do you bridge that gap moving forward?
I just want to know what matters to you. Somebody said some negative things at a rally about Puerto Rico, right? And the Latinos and Hispanics didn't seem to care that much in terms of how that vote split. So I am not concerned necessarily about what Trump is saying. I'm concerned about what he's doing. I'm concerned about whether or not resources hit my community. I'm concerned about my community's rights. I'm concerned about redress. This idea that I should just be concerned and offended all the time, I'm not offended. I want to know what I can give into my community to improve their lives. That is my focus. Anything else is a distraction.
Yvette Carnell, appreciate having.
All right.
Make sure y'all share the room. I'll share the room. Newstoter, largest black curator news on the web. 30,000 articles pertaining to black life. Go ahead, Todd.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm glad that you played that out. So I want to hear what people think about the actual that actual interview as well too. DJ played the actual long version. Ian, I'm gonna get to you, Mr. Al. You already spoke, but let me go ahead and get to a new speaker, Ian, and then I'll come back to you. Ian, if you got a headset on, go ahead and take it off as well too, because sometimes people cannot on YouTube, they can't hear. So if you got a headset on, take it off.
No, I don't. I don't have a headset on. Yeah, but I heard the interview, and the thing is, I've been around ADOS for a long time. Even before she was talking about reparations. Listening to her and her political commentary. This is not groundbreaking in the least. This was just a political commentary on what happened, and there's people are going back and forth like somebody is jealous about her being on the news. She didn't say anything that any other black pundit, whether Democrat or Republican, said. It was nothing, and it's unfortunate that she didn't spend the time to do what it is that she is her bread and butter, and that's to talk about reparations. There was no reparations talk there. Nothing moving the reparations movement forward. So I'm not sure why that was necessary for her. She's been on ABC before, but again, this was nothing that was said that really helped us in any way. It was after the fact, post reaction to what happened in the election, and unfortunately, part of what needed to be said, actually, you can attribute in a negative way to ADOS in terms of not listening and not allowing black men to have a voice. That's part of the reason ADOS split up in the first place, because it had so many feminists and so many feminist-minded individuals who in a lot of ways were not trying to move the West in a direction towards tangible. There was a lot of identity politics, a lot of arguing back and forth about who has the bigger ego, and not necessarily an argument about what was needed to get us tangibles. In terms of reparations, it was about who's the better leader, but not a strategy. Who had the better strategy in terms of getting us to the goal line? And up to this point, she hasn't put forth a strategy for us to do that. It's mostly it's what she's good at. You know what I'm saying? A critique of who's doing what, and in a lot of ways, unfortunately, a critique of those who actually were part of ADOS, who were actually on the ground doing work. Let's talk about California, those who split off. Everybody who's doing work gives a critique of, and not actually wanting to sit down and work with them because she wants to make her name, put her name at the top of the lights, and everybody else either. But that's not necessarily the case. She is a great teacher in terms of black politics, but she in and of herself has not really moved the needle in terms of reparations and in terms of black politics, because you've always had people among us who were great. So she's not in any way unique in that way, and I think her time has passed, and she's becoming an opportunist at this point, because again, the focus now is on black men. Let black men speak for themselves. Don't have Yvette Carnell come in now, and let's talk about how the fact is this election did hinge on the fact that black men were giving their commentary and were putting their voice out like never before, and that was what was moving the needle. But I remember several years ago, maybe like 2021, 2020, I called in on a show and I said, man, all of this smoke that we have for immigrants, black immigrants, so on and so forth, we need to be having the same smoke for these black feminists. These black feminists were the ones who were attached at the hip to the Democratic Party and not really caring about the tangibles that we were supposed to get, the 30 million that they raised for Kamala Harris, so on and so forth.
Black feminists are running our black political machine and running us into the ground and moving us away from getting what we deserve in terms of reparations. And I think she hasn't really addressed that to the point that it needed to be. And I think in a lot of these areas, she hasn't really addressed the feminists in the room, the tethers that she wanted to be part of her top generals, the white man who she had, other black people who were doing reparations. Again, this is not moving the needle just because she got on TV. Like, as we know, in 2024, mainstream media is down, right? Getting on ABC is probably a lesser achievement than actually going on Joe Rogan or going on some podcast out there and just let you guys do your thing.
All right. Thank you, Ian. Let me go ahead. Mr. Al, you had your hand up before. Did you want to say something, Mr. Al?
Yeah. Again, Yvette Carnell is an opportunity and everything else. She did like that when she first when she was with Dr. Boyce Watkins. And then she went up there and she turned on him and everything else, threatened to sue him for not paying her and everything else. She was bad things, starting to say disrespectful things towards like people like Dr. Claude Anderson and Dr. Francis Welsing and everything else. And when ADOS wasn't doing too well, they tried to link up at least some of the members, not all of them, were trying to link up with Black Lives Matter during the George Floyd incident and everything else. Trying to link up with another group and everything else as an opposition to the black community. So again, her going on ABC News is just a desperate attempt for her to get her name up front. Don't take the bait, everybody. Don't. We don't need her, speaking up for black folks anymore.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Al. Let me go ahead and get to Reggie. Reggie, I know you had your hand up. Did you want to say something again, Reggie?
Yeah, I don't know, man. It's hard to respect some of the perspectives because for all this talk of manhood, when niggas get blocked, they start crying like hoes. Like when we come outside and do work and people see, us making a wave, they come around, acting like groupies. So it's kind of hard to have a policy talk with men when they're crying like hoes over a block. It's very difficult to learn.
Alrighty. Now, I mentioned that she blocked me, a couple of years ago, but I'm not crying over it. I didn't, like I said.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. You're different. You're still having the discussion. These other dudes, they just crying like a bunch of hoes because Yvette blocked me, and I still don't see any work. I would respect it if niggas had orgs and was actually moving, but you're staying on spaces month after month, year after year, crying like a hoe because Yvette totally blocked you. I need to have a discussion with a grown-ass man about policy.
I will say one thing though. I don't want to say hoes because some women in the space may get offended. So let's not say that because. Yeah. So
apologies to the women I've defended, but
Yeah.
I think the women will agree that hey, we need some decisive black male leadership, and crying about a block from 3 years ago, that don't sound like a grown ass man to me. But apologies if I offended anybody with some of the language.
No problem. I just, I don't want any of the women to feel a certain way. They said, well, you want to minimize cursing as much as possible in here, but then you got people calling people hoes, so they may take a certain offense to that. So we want to be kind to our sisters up in here as well too, and respectful of them as well too. But I would like to hear, with the exception of Just Cakes, I would like to hear some other sisters come up here and give me their point of view as well too. It's a number of you guys up in here, so if you want to come up in here, ladies, please, you will definitely get your time on the microphone. Shout out, I see Lioness Crown down there. Shout out to her. Shout out to Shannon. Shout out to No Taxation. Shout out to Kim down there. Shout out to my girl Rewrite. It's a bunch of y'all up in here, so definitely, ladies, if you would we would.
Gender wars, sister. Gender wars. Come on up, sister.
No, it ain't no gender wars, but we definitely would love to hear what they got to say. I want to hear their perspective as well too, because we got the brothers up in here cooking, and my girl Jess Cake, she's the only sister that came up here and cooked as well too. And listen, whether you support Yvette ADOS or you don't support them, come on up here, share your thoughts, your opinion. Arthur, I see you down there as well too. If you'd like to come up here, shout out. I see Irie up in the space as well too. So we got some hitters up in here, man. That's the thing. When we have some hitters up in here, I definitely, especially people who don't come up in the Newstoter space all that often, I would love to get you guys get your point of view on what's being discussed tonight. So definitely, if you get a chance, definitely come on up here. I see my girl Jess Cakes got her hand back up. So we was talking about getting a sister up here. So I got my girl Jess Cakes, who always rocks with us when she gets a chance. So Jess Cakes, go ahead, sweetie, and say what you got to say.
I think one of the other co-hosts suggested a swear jar. I think we should legit get it. Like if
that's what I said from the KCOBC thing.
Honestly, because I like when he said something, I low-key got triggered, and I'm not gonna come off my mic. But I was like, "Dad, I get $5 to the swear jar just if I can get it off." You know what I'm saying? But I know we're gonna save it for the late night tap in, so I'm gonna respect this.
Started memo.
I just said $5 to the swear jar because I was gonna have to get it off. But it's crazy to watch this man be a beta male. For Mama Carnell, the Democratic shield with the biggest strap outside of Uncle Lori, okay? Because Uncle Lori got the biggest one for sure. But like I say, if you look into, you saying we outside. You got different groups that's outside. So to sit there and act like you, I can't sit here and say that I've seen y'all outside Chicago. What I have seen and what I have been a part of is going to our city council meetings. What I have done as far as being outside, I have gone to reparations councils and stuff like that. So again, the ignorance is at an all-time high coming from you guys just because it's not in your quote-unquote clique of ADOS. And what it seems like is a bunch of stuffy Democratic shields under the gas of independent or no party, but at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, if y'all was really about business, when Kamala came out her mouth and said she wasn't going to do anything for black people, Kamala Harris didn't deserve not one black vote, not even to be entertained. At that moment, the Democrats should have known they had zero chance. It wasn't even not a crack, not of anything, but you guys still entertained her. You guys still was open to it. So all the other day, I'm not gonna hold up the space, nothing like that. I gotta go back to being a mom. Mama Scrappy would be very proud of you. Okay, holding down the strap and everything else, she would be very, very proud. You guys have a good night. I'm gonna go back down to listening.
All right, thank you, Jess Cakes. Thank you. I see we got one of my other girls up here, Miss Cleopatra. If you want to speak tonight too, sweetie, just go ahead, raise your hand. I want to get you in here. I know you're an ADOS supporter as well too, like I say. So I would love to get you. And matter of fact, Miss Cleopatra's got her hand up here, so let me go ahead and kick it to her. Go ahead, Miss Cleopatra. How you doing?
Hey. So I just saw the title of the room, so I don't, know all the details, but it says, is Yvette ADOS about to work with the Democrats? I don't know if that's a bad thing or that could be a good thing. I think that you should kind of, in my opinion, work with whoever wants to work with you. And I'm going to say this. This may be a little, controversial. If I could work with Trump in the form of making sure that Black History Month focus on ADOS, to make sure Black Music Month focus on ADOS, Black Business Month focus on ADOS, that Memorial Day, July the 4th, we had our presence at the White House. They have the White House Fellows. I would make sure that our people were there. That's how I would kind of like engage him. I would do that. I remember I said I would work with Biden, and someone said, "Oh, you're a devil. You're a Democratic shill. You're something crazy or kooky, whatever." But the thing about Yvette Carnell that I would say I hope she has taken some classes on emotional intelligence, because obviously, she has blocked people. She's even blocked me. I mean, her leadership skills are just her skills, her people skills, to me, are just a little sketchy. It's just something about they're just a little sketchy. That's the only thing that I can say. I think she's a brilliant person. I think she's smart. I think she's intelligent. I would encourage more people to get a degree in political science. If I could have my way at all the major news networks, there would be ADOS people who were talking about the politics of what's going on. And I'm going to land my plane right here. I was minding my business. I bumped into somebody from the West Indies. And he basically said that, they're sick and tired of Haitians in their country, using up resources, using up opportunity. And I'm like, oh my God. So whoever came before us, and I mean way before Yvette Carnell, did not do a good job in preserving our ability to have upward mobility here. Now we have people from across the globe, and we're competing with the global poor. And I don't know what it is with some of us who got big voices, who don't have a problem with that, like Oprah Winfrey, like Steve Harvey. I mean, I listen to Steve Harvey every morning at 6 o'clock because he does a morning inspiration. But then for him to turn around and want us to practice flat blackness, and then you have it's just weird. It's very disheartening on how we got here. We had a lot of things put in place, and then we just, I don't know. So I land my plane right there. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Miss Cleopatra. And once again, for those that can support on Cash App, $, Newstoter, $, Newstoter, PayPal, Venmo is up in the Jumbotron, as well as the Newstoter membership. Definitely go ahead and sign up to that membership. Support Black-owned business. Support Black American business that supports other Black American business as well, too. So once again, $, Newstoter. I said we got Professor. It took you like forever to come up into space tonight, man. I just talked to you before we started the space up.
Yeah, sorry about that, man. The ex-girlfriend and we got to talk on the phone.
Uh-oh.
They help you up.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, these ex-girlfriends, man, they can hold you up on progress.
You ain't lying on that one. But shout out to Professor. Better late than never, as they say. So let me go ahead. Reggie.
Can I say something real quick?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to say, everybody, make sure y'all follow our sister Cleopatra right there. She's very knowledgeable, very smart. She sends me a lot of great information. I'm just overswamped with information, so it's hard to look at everything. But make sure y'all follow sister that just spoke. She's very knowledgeable, very smart, and she's advocating. She's right. I'm willing to work with anyone that is willing to make sure we get our just due. It's just simple as that. So, and I was going to say something after that, but I'll just get to the hands because it's all relevant about what's going on. But go ahead, family. Shout out to the room, share the room. Hit the Jumbotron right here. Get in the Jumbotron. Hey, Taxation, how you doing, sister? How you doing?
I want to get back to Reggie tonight. Original. I want to get back to original as well, too. But Reggie, I know you had your hand up. Go ahead and unmute your mic.
Who's going to respond to what I was hearing, but this should show you so childish. Y'all can keep going. I'll try to jump back in if I can.
All right. Appreciate that, Reggie.
Hey, Ian, fix your phone, man. I keep bringing you up here. I don't know, man. You got the janky phone. Go ahead.
Let's go ahead and get to original. And like I say, we want to get some other speakers up here too, guys. So we ain't gonna keep the space going forever. If you know me, 2 hours and a little over 2 hours or so, we want to go ahead and close it out. So we ain't gonna keep it going too much longer unless we get more speakers up here. Which I'm fine with the speakers that's up here because everybody's going in. But I would love to, like I say, I would love to hear more of a perspective from some of the sisters up in the space as well too. We may not get that tonight. I guess the sister said we're gonna sit back and let the men go ahead and cook. So, but I would definitely love to hear what you ladies got to say. But go ahead, original and DJ and original, hold it down for 1 second. I see we got Irie coming up here too. So after original goes, let's get Irie up in here as well too if he wants to speak. But go ahead, original.
I did find the post that I made, but I guess I just forgot about it because I didn't see it as being, I didn't, see that as, being relevant or whatever. That just shows the importance that I placed on it. But, one thing about what, Jess Cake said about the white guy. See, back in the 90s, this white guy, he stepped to Dr. Claude Anderson, and he said to Dr. Anderson that he would come out and tell black people that it's okay to, follow Dr. Claude Anderson and that he's telling you the truth. Dr. Anderson did not take him up on that because Dr. Anderson knew that to put a white boy out there, if he needed a white boy to tell black folks that he's the real deal, then he's not real. Okay? He rebuffed that. He did not take him up on his offer. And see, that's the problem right there. So I just want to back up what Jess Cake said because that was put up to Dr. Anderson. And see, that's the thing. You got some of these people that think you can't have your own damn mind. You got to believe whatever the hell they say you got to believe. Nobody in their right mind gonna follow that crap. So they can get upset all they want. Use whatever names they want to use. That we have our own minds, and we're going to use our own mind, regardless of what they say. But I just want to say that, and But who needs white folks to speak for them when you can speak for yourself? And I'll land.
Yeah, shout out to you, Big Dog Original. Make sure y'all follow Original Blood right here, OG. Hey, I know, Reggie, you got your hand up. You probably wanted to speak, but we got a, hey, Ari, if you want to go or if you want to let Linus go, she a sister up there. We ain't had to. We need a lady.
Yo, let Linus go, bro.
All right, for sure. You got it next. And after that, Reggie. No, after that, Ray and Reggie. Go ahead, Ray and Reggie after that. Go ahead. What's up, Linus? How you doing?
Peace. How you doing, brother? WPI. Peace. Newstoter. Everyone else in the space. Y'all wanted sisters to come up, so I was like, you know what? Let me just come up right quick. Hi. I see the title.
How you doing?
I'm blessed. I'm doing work in the background, so I was listening to y'all. So the title is Yvette Carnell and ADOS about to work with Democrats. I mean, I don't know, but if they're able to work with Democrats and get something constructive out of it for our folks, I don't particularly see the problem in that. I think that we need to be working all angles of the political spectrum personally, and I say that as an independent. However, I heard some things about negative things about brothers being said. I believe that black men and the black male voter, they need to speak for themselves and organize and, express their interests accordingly. But if Yvette Carnell is going to work with the Democrats, if ADOS is going to work with the Democrats, and if anything constructive comes out of that, I would support it. I've never participated in ADOS. I also don't say anything negative about ADOS or anyone who's out there actually endeavoring to do the work. And that's what I would caution us to do. Like, even in having this conversation, I hear a lot of name calling. I hear a lot of banter that's been popularized, that's mean-spirited, and none of that is a good look for the community on any side. And, I try my best not to do that. But even in having this conversation, I'm hearing stuff. And I don't particularly agree with everything that Yvette Carnell has put out over the years. I mean, she definitely has me blocked. I've never even said anything negative about her, but it's cool. I'm blocked. It's all good. But yeah, I just think that we can have these sorts of conversations, and we can support the constructive things that folks are organizing to do without tearing it down and without making a mockery of those who are serious about the work. And with that, I'm going to land my plane and say thank you for allowing me to speak.
Sure. Shout out to you, sister. Always come up, man. We appreciate your blessing. Go ahead, Ari. What's up, my dude? Jersey in the building.
Yeah, man. Peace and blessings. Now, how's everybody doing on this wonderful, wonderful evening?
Thursday. Let's get it.
Yeah, man. Peace, man. I'm glad to be here. I'm very pleased that this is in this crowd looking for me. It was kind of like a thermometer, you know, it kind of got my bearings right. So I'm gonna say this right. It's just gonna be just how I feel. First and foremost, I do agree. If you're working with anybody across the aisle for our collective benefit, collective interest, that's 100% good. And I think that work should be done. And I think that work should be done properly. But I think I'll be remiss. I forget exactly who we're talking about.
Hey, Irie, real quick, do you have a headset on? I said, you have like a headset or anything on?
I had to put my headset on. You want me to put my earbud back there to sound low or something?
You sound real low. I just came back and take them out because you sound really, really low. Now, when I came back, I can hear you talking, but that's much better.
All right, word. All right, I'll talk like this. I don't like holding this bitch in my ear, but I really probably so
yeah, don't hold that to your head, brother, because you know the R frequency just on the
yeah.
For sure.
Hold it in the bottom, you on the side. That's all. So like I said, I think I'll be remiss if we discount who we're talking about. You know, whether we're talking about the collective interest or we're talking about the personal gains. There's no secrets about what ADOS
Yep. Did we lose you, Irie?
Yeah, I think you muted your own mic, bro. Go ahead.
No, bro, listen, man, I'm pro these earbuds in my pocket, bro. So I took it out. I said, so I'd be remiss if I was to discount the historical factors that we are dealing with when we're talking about ADOS. Like I said, if you're doing something for the benefit of the collective, I think that it's very good that you speak to the collective if you're going to be speaking for the collective. I think that all opinions should be available to you. I think that people should have access to you. People should be able to tell you whether they like what you're saying about them or not. That just doesn't hold up true for Yvette Carnell and company. I've never even spoken to her first. I do remember one time, I think it was Brother Negro had reported something where she had made a post, and then she said, I believe that we should have probably used the words like Malcolm X and Martin Luther King of American Negro. And then she kind of just left that. I think she deleted that tweet as well. You can't get paid off of that, right? So there's no knocking people out. There's no building chapters. There's no telling people that they can't use the name of American Negro because they can't go and try to get a patent and stuff on that. That was her own tweet from her own words. I think a year and a half, 2 years ago. I think that what we're dealing with now is the collective vested interest of what we're talking about as far as having her in the movement and then people not being able to connect with this person. They say you want to go do the work, but I think the work to be looked at from a serious perspective. It can't be a hidden hand. It can't be a hidden agenda. It can't be something where you're having issues with some people, but then all of a sudden you have a collective vested interest when it comes to white supremacy and white people. Personally, I think that our collective look of our community is very much something that we should take advantage of. I personally, this is just my personal opinion, and it is what it is. But I don't want an LGBTQ woman who sleeps with a white woman representing our whole collective interest. We come from Martin Luther King's, Malcolm X's, who have beautiful Negro wives, beautiful families. Whether you're speaking from the clergy side or the mosque, it was very representative of our community that we had that in our image. Even James Baldwin, we've never even seen James Baldwin's partner in the open, and that was not something he wanted to put at the forefront of his collective purpose. I think when we're sitting here having these conversations, we just have to be honest about what does our community look like for our children. And I think that when we go forward, we need to have a community that's very open access for our people, that way we can share information, even if folks don't like each other, as the sister Linus just said, if they're doing the work collectively, I think that that's something we should look at with love and appreciation. I do not like the clickiness of what ADOS has become. I don't like the self-centeredness of self-gratification of a lot of different caricatures that would be in that movement itself. And I also don't like the disdaining of if somebody has a comment or something that pushes back, as we may call it, the collective disrespect. Under what regard is any man saying that somebody blocked them is to be called the derogatory names that degender them or calling out their name or call them hoes and stuff like that? No man on the street would ever do that. You'll get your teeth knocked out, literally. So it's like this type of mindset of this bravado, I think it speaks to a collective that doesn't really reflect our whole community, but it reflects a portion of it. And many times it reflects a portion of those who are in certain circles that we might want to call boule, bourgeoisie, or, some people would like to say, I ain't gonna use the sister. The sister just checked me on House Negro and Field Negro, so I won't use that no more. Shout out to Sister Ishmael. So I'll just leave it right there. And again, I think that what we're looking for going forward is something that reflects our community and it reflects our ability for our people to grow. Even if those people don't collectively work together literally, they can still do work together in the community beneficially for our people. And I think that that's something that our people need, and I don't think that that's what ADOS delivers. Peace and blessings. Thanks for the opportunity to speak.
All right. Thank you, Irie. I appreciate you coming up here. I didn't quite catch all of it because I stepped away, but then I think I caught enough of it. So, it's been a minute since you've been up in the space speaking, but shout out to you and your family and the entire Negro family as well, too. So shout out to you, Irie. I know we got Ian up here. We got Reggie. Lioness Crown, if you want to speak, I'll go ahead and let you speak. I don't know if you're just chilling for right now, but if you want to say something, definitely, sister, you can go ahead and say something and get it in. If not, we can come back to you if you don't want to speak at this time.
Thank you. I spoke already. I think you probably missed it.
Oh, okay. Damn, it was that quick?
Yeah, it was quick. It was to the point. I try to be concise. But what I was saying is that if Yvette Carnell and ADOS are about to work with Democrats to do something good for our people that's going to benefit us, then I don't see a problem with it. I think we need to play, work on every side of the political spectrum to make sure that we're getting our just due. I said that I don't agree with her politics. I haven't participated in ADOS, but I also don't have anything negative to say. And then I also discouraged around the name calling. It's mean-spirited, it's not necessary, and we should just focus on policy and ways in which we can actually do things that are going to be constructive.
Okay, thank you, Lioness. Listen, I mean, however we can build, that's fine with me. I believe that we should use any political party possible to go ahead and pass any agenda that we need. So I think basically we should be independents, my personal opinion. But if there's a candidate in either party that's down for us, and I think we should go ahead and back that candidate. But I have no problem being an independent, and if a particular Democrat candidate or Republican candidate comes up, and you want to support that candidate, fine. I'm beyond just supporting political parties at this point in time. It's all about the candidate. So that's how I see it. I know Ian. Damn, what happened? Ian was just up there. He done went down again. I don't know. I think, like you say, DJ, it's something with Ian's phone real quick. And shout out to Nightfall, too, for his contribution on Cash App. Ian, I don't know what's up with your phone, bro, but you coming and going. But Reggie, go ahead and get it in.
Black Friday coming up, get that new phone.
Go ahead, Reggie.
No, I was just going to address a common thread that I was hearing, that a lot of people acknowledge, how we got here in terms of the birth of the ADOS movement and how it's influenced everybody in this room. But what I'm also hearing is that, like, I don't agree with Yvette. I don't like Yvette. Yvette blocked me. Like, look, the org is big enough to where you can plug in and do work and never have to talk to Reggie and never have to talk to Yvette. So, I mean, it's not a thing to where it's like, oh, I don't want to talk to Yvette, so I'm going to not plug into the most consequential Black grassroots movement since Reconstruction because I don't like Yvette. I'm not sure I can accept that excuse if we're going to be grown-ass adults and come together and do work. That's not something I'm willing to accept given the opportunity that you have to get with thousands of people across the country who are organizing to push policy in their local and state communities and come together for a national movement. So you don't have to talk to Reggie. You don't have to talk to Yvette. You can still join ADOS and do your work. And for those who say, hey, I feel like I need access to Yvette, or I need to talk to Yvette, or I have an idea, you can join the org and you can present that idea. And I think, and this is no disrespect to any personal individual, but I think a lot of people feel like they are the movement themselves. And if Yvette didn't listen to me, that means she's not listening to Black America. And I'm just telling you that a lot of what you see come out of ADOS in terms of, agenda, talking points, media, events, that's more than one person. Yvette Carnell, that's not something that she has the capacity to do or write. These are people around the country coming together. And I'll just give you an example. This is not to toot my own horn, but plugging in and tapping in and having the conversations, a lot of what you see in terms of the Black agenda, if you look at maybe the immigration or cannabis or Black business, those are my words, not Yvette's words. So this idea that Yvette and other people aren't open to collaboration or to input, it's not that. You just are really not that nigga, and or you're not plugged in. So I'm not trying to sound harsh or arrogant, and if it comes off that way, and if that's how you feel, so be it. But we're moving forward, and regardless of who doesn't like who, there's still an opportunity to move forward as a movement. Like I got a meeting, tomorrow where I'm going into a room where everybody's got a problem with me, and I got a problem with everybody in that room. But I'm still going to do my work because I'm outside. I don't know.
All right. Thank you, Reggie. Ian, I'm going to try to get you in there because you keep dropping now. So, Ian, go ahead and unmute your mic.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I mean, what I wanted to say, though, is particularly about the movement. The movement doesn't necessarily mean that you have to call yourself ADOS with those letters, right? I think that's where we're kind of getting our wires crossed in terms of plugging in. They're in because they're doing the work. And doing the work doesn't mean you have to go under that moniker ADOS, right? And as we know, before ADOS, it was DOAS, a group that had been around, years, before ADOS, and those letters kind of just moved, which was smart, and I think a lot
you breaking up, Ian. Go ahead.
Right? A lot of the development of ADOS was a collaborative effort. The problem is now they're trying to centralize with one particular person, and we're past. And I don't think people who call themselves ADOS. You have a lot of people coming in that are just coming in. You have people that are just coming in ADOS talking to people who have been around for almost a decade, trying to dictate and talk down to them, and they don't even know you. They think that just because they call themselves ADOS, they get to fucking speak over others.
Whoa! Don't drop no F-bombs. Come on now, don't drop no F-bombs in there. But go ahead. And I told them not to say that up in here too. So don't drop the F-bombs. But go ahead.
They just getting in the game last year, right? They just coming in ADOS last year, and then want to act like just because they call themselves ADOS, they get to talk over people who have been in the political game for decades or more, right? And when we talk about bravado, when we talk about ego, that's what we're talking about. Why do you want to work with people? Right? They have the skills or the knowledge or the ability or the access to even lead, right? So you have a lot of people doing the work. You have what we saw in California, right? They split off from ADOS and did all of that on their own, right? And carried that burden, right? Nobody from ADOS, wanted to work with them. After they were getting recognized, most ADOS were like, "Yo, we're not going to work with anybody who has something already established." And this becomes the problem, is that ADOS will not work with anybody who's already ahead of the game, right? They want you to backtrack and then come up under them and go through them. But the problem is they are not ahead of a lot of the people who are doing the work, who are not calling themselves ADOS. Why aren't ADOS reaching out to the people who are already moving? Instead of having, why don't you speed up to where we are? You have people still trying to develop. We're talking about the groups around the country. They're just forming groups. That doesn't mean that they're actually doing any work, and that doesn't mean they have any more skill or any more experience than people who have been doing it. Like you see in Boston, like in New York, you know what I'm saying? ADOS are not trying to reach out to these people, right? They're telling them to reach back and inform them what they're doing. No, you need to learn from them, right? And see how you can plug into what they're doing, because they're the one reparations on the map. ADOS did its thing years ago, but that's dead and gone. You know what I'm saying? Our political acumen is starting to rise. People are getting it, right? Organization and get things from there, because it's out there. People are learning are learning leaps and bounds. It's not necessary anymore to come under that umbrella. And I think they want to be the new NAACP or whatever. Like, kudos to them. I don't have nothing against that. But you can't be talking down to people, and you can't pretend because like you say I'm a Christian somehow, but you're a new Christian. And you was just doing some dirt last week. You can't come in a room talking about you the OG and you just getting started on this thing. And I think that's kind of filtering out to everybody who's joining ADOS. They just because they grew, they are putting on this bottle, and right, they're trying to speak like and talk down to people like Reggie and Yvette are doing. But you just came in the room. You need to learn something. And the problem is, under ADOS is not teaching them nothing, right? All ADOS is teaching them is just get up under the name and just work up under the name. But you actually need to have experience. And sometimes just having the name ADOS is not enough for what the hell they're doing. I'll land there.
All right. Thank you, Ian. Let me go ahead and get to, I see Professor got his hand up. Professor, go ahead and unmute your mic.
Yes, thank you, Newstoter. Thank you, there, brother, and thank you, DJ and Original. To all the brothers in space, sisters in the space tonight. I'm always happy to see the family up in here as we talk about all the different issues facing our community. So, I have a question for Reggie, because you are with ADOS. How do you view AOC? What is your point of view regarding AOC? And I'm going to land right there. That's all I want to do, just ask that question.
Is it cool to answer, Toto?
Go ahead.
Yeah, she's useless.
I couldn't hear what you said. What you said, Reggie? She was what?
Then I said she is useless.
Oh, okay.
Well, and the reason for that question, because she would be one of the main people in that party you would have to try to work with. So you say she's useless, so that means you're not going to try to work with her?
Well, it's not necessarily a thing that you would never work with her. We'll work with any elected officials, and especially when it comes to where we live and where we vote, you don't have a choice but to find ways to work with people. That said, it doesn't mean that I can't make an assessment and come to the conclusion that in terms of when it's time to stand on business as the so-called progressive, when it's time to do that, she is useless. And she demonstrated that in this last election.
Okay, point well taken. Thank you for answering that. And for the other guy that was just up here speaking, I didn't quite catch everything you were saying, because the whole time it sounded like Optimus Prime up here. So I didn't catch everything you were saying.
Transformers, robots, and this
Yeah, Ian's phone at times was kind of choppy up in here too. I think Ian's been having some connection issues tonight as well too. So you may have some of the stuff that he kind of came in and out a little bit, and it was choppy. So yeah, it's just, I don't know, it's just connection issues, phone issues, but X is having these issues with these spaces as well too. Go ahead, DJ, you want to speak, and then I'll get to Irie.
I just want to try to reiterate some of the stuff that was said up here tonight. Hopefully y'all can hear me. You already know shit will come up on social news title. So with that being said, don't disrespect Yvette Carnell, because she will come for you and finish you straight up. Send you to the shadow realm and never to be seen again. I done seen sister do it. Well, talk, know what I mean? So I know a lot of us up here be assuming or thinking that she disrespected some of the elders. Not really. That's just called having an opinion. Did you actually hear the reason why she said stuff about Claude Anderson or Welsing or whoever else? Farrakhan, rightfully so. Rightfully so. You have that. It's your entitlement to have an opinion. That's okay. Nobody can take that from you. This is why we are a nation of laws. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the stuff that we fail to realize too, why Yvette be blocking y'all, is because you forget Tariq really disrespected her. And she ain't had nothing to do with anything. See, the whole beef spat was between Tone and Tariq. See that? Tariq was saying that, hey, we should go advocate for to the GOP to get some tangibles. I agree with that, because they know what we talking about. So Tone gets upset and say, hey, no, we voting the 90% block. Stop telling our people to, vote for the GOP or whatever, Trump and all this other stuff. So they had their back and forth right here on X. You know what I'm saying? This was many eons ago, way back in the distant time. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? FBA was born. So don't get upset at me when I be saying FBA is the best child of ADOS. I'm just keeping it real. I'm just an orator and stuff, and document things, you feel me? So I can run it back to you like that, you know what I mean? But that's just me doing my ADOS jokes, so don't get upset. You know what I'm saying? Block me. But yeah, I've been blocked by Tariq, Yvette, Tone. I don't test. You know what I'm saying? Those just my big brothers and sisters. Yeah, block me. Because you know what I'm on already. I'm out here with the promo squad, you know what I'm saying? Retweet all this stuff, you know what I'm saying? You can't stop me from going up again ADOS advocacy emails. I get all the Breaking Brown stuff. Y'all don't know nothing about this. I'll be archiving that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, a lot of the stuff that we be repeating came from Yvette. So I don't know who just can't say somebody called my mama. I ain't never heard that one, you know what I'm saying? But That would make sense. Because guess what? All her children in here talking about her.
Who's her children? Who's her children? Nah, no, wait. No, that ain't no. That I mean, no disrespect to her, but she ain't my mama. But go ahead.
I know. I'm just saying. You know what I mean? No, she ain't my mama either. You know what I'm saying? But she could be your mama with this education stuff and teach you something. Ain't that what the black women supposed to be doing? Nurturing and hey, come on under the bosom, son. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna teach you some weapon wastes. You know what I'm saying? Weapon wastes, son. You know what I mean? And you're gonna have a good time about it too, and it's gonna be funny. You know what I mean? But just like any other sibling, you don't get along with your siblings 9 times out of 10. And Yvette ain't nothing but one of my sisters. I'm a baby of the family. I don't get along with none of my sisters. They all females, you know what I mean? AK feminists, like Ian said. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I don't think that about Yvette. I just think, hey, she knows what she knows, and she's going to advocate and do what she think is right. Just as well as you in your life went to college school, all this other stuff. You doing what you think is right. Can't no one tell you what to do. So, hey, the best thing she ever told us, as the children's in here, go build what you've done. You know what I'm saying? Since then, you know what I mean? This is the type of stuff that we really got to be talking about. What everybody doing. You know what I'm saying? Now, yeah, you might be doing this, you might be doing that. We over here doing this. When is we gonna come to the table and just say, hey, look, this is what it is? And Yvette, again, rightfully so, still got the right to block whoever she want to block. And the reason for that is, again, a lot of us up here in this room, because I see some faces. You know what I'm saying? I know some names. Y'all was disrespecting her too. So why not just go on a main blockage spree? I don't care. Oh, you rolling with him? That's your man in them. You getting pot with him too. That's right. That's your street etiquette. You know what I'm saying? Oh, look, that's how Ja Rule and 50 was beefing. 50, Ja saw 50 with the man that robbed him. Oh, that's your man in them. That means you robbed me too, B. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, everybody getting it. Look, it's Shadow Realm season. You know what I'm saying? I send anyone there. You know what I'm saying? And there ain't nobody better than Yvette Carnell to say just Shadow Realm. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of them talking points where y'all was saying, hey, she disrespected Dr. Paul Anderson. She disrespected this person. I think y'all just need to start looking at the 2 minute clips or what someone else screenshotted and actually go to that live and go really look at for what it is. You know, somebody got a janky microphone. I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
My bad.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say. Let me get Irie up here in a second as well too. Go ahead. Somebody said they're requesting the mic. Big Chief the Great said he let him get the mic. Do you see Big Chief the Great up in here? Because I don't see him up in here. He said that let him get the mic. So I told him to request a microphone, but I don't see him up in here. Do y'all? I see him in the room. Y'all don't see him up. Y'all don't see him trying to get a mic. I don't see him. DJ, you see him? Original, you see him? Give me 1 second. Hold on. Let me close this real quick.
I don't even see him, man. You said no to Big G.
Give me 1 second. I'm gonna close it.
If you that damn big, we should better see him.
Hold on 1 second.
You talking about Twizzle right here?
Okay, y'all see him because I just closed the space and then opened it back up. Do y'all see the person requesting the microphone?
Hey, DM me. That's all I can tell you to do right now. Give me your phone, man.
Where is he at?
At the top. No, my screen at the top. He's behind Arthur and Reverend Tim.
You say he's behind Arthur.
Reverend Tim. You don't see him? You don't see him?
I don't see Reverend Tim.
Nah, this Twitter be janky gang, son.
Yeah, man, I see Arthur, but I don't see Reverend Tim.
Yeah, I see Arthur, but I don't see Reverend Tim.
Open the space up to people who follow you, and then that'll make it easier. Or you can just make it to everyone, and that's a way to bypass it.
Well, it's people in the space that don't follow me. So the space ain't it's not limited to just people that follow us.
Hey, look, man,
Twitter updated about 2 or 3 days ago or whatever. Y'all gotta stay updated with y'all phones. Learn how to keep your stuff updated. You already know. I keep telling y'all that. I don't even like saying it no more because y'all don't listen. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, some of y'all can't live with the same old school phone you've been rocking for since iPhone 1. You're gonna have to upgrade that phone, man, eventually, and that's really what it is about. But it's really Twitter at the end of the day. But it's y'all not optimizing your phones too. Update your app, restart your phone, get on the Wi-Fi. There you go.
Ian, Reggie, go ahead. Let Reggie speak, and then we'll get to Ian. Oh, I'm sorry. Let Irie speak, and then we'll get to Reggie and Ian. Go ahead, Irie.
Oh, he is speaking to you. Probably got to drop down again.
No, because my mic was muted, so no, I can hear him. But go ahead.
Yeah, mic check. You can hear me, brother?
Yeah, I can hear you. My mic was muted while I was talking, but you got it.
You good, brother? You good, man? I was just gonna simply say, like, it ain't even nothing specifically about Yvette Carnell all the time. I think she mostly puts herself up there as the organization person, but I know some well-to-do elders that was in Washington that was doing something, and she was not open for them doing it, and they wanted to start another chapter, and she wouldn't let it happen. She was telling them that they weren't going to be able to under the ADOS name, and so again, it's like you got this name out here. You're saying it's a representation of the collective of our people, but I mean, when you look at it, the people can't make moves unless they go get permission from Yvette Carnell. God forbid they be blocked, and then they actually in the dark, and then they got to wait to talk to somebody else, right? So I think that what we really gotta do is have an honest conversation about representation. When you go and look at board members and different things of organizations, character and everything does matter. When you're talking about people who literally have to go ahead and actually get permission in order to do stuff for their community on the ground from somebody that's not in their community on that ground, I think that that's an unfair assessment to say that they're just not doing the work or to start calling them derogatory names and degendering them. I think one of the main things we can do, honestly, is to just go ahead and just look at what it is and call it what it is. It's an opportunity. It's an opportunity for some to have a collective growth. And we know that the Democrats are desperate right now. Desperate times.
Hey, Reg, you got to mute your mic. Go ahead, Irie.
Yeah, I think that what we're talking about is the Democrats themselves are literally dead in the water, and so is mainstream media. People talk shit about Elon Musk on this app. He don't go blocking them. People talk shit about Donald. Oh, sorry. People talk crap about Donald Trump. I stepped outside. See, if I was in the house with my babies, I wouldn't be talking. People talk trash about
we came for the kids. We came for the kids
like that. They good. They good. People talk trash about everybody, man. When you're in a position of leadership, people gonna talk about you. That's just what it is. And it just comes with the territory. To whom much is given, much more is expected as well. So this notion of untouchability or not having to work with somebody because you don't like them, I think that's a disservice to the work. I remember one time New Negro put up a post about the Jet magazine where you had W.E. Du Bois, Martin Luther King, and a couple of other people, one was from the NAACP and others, and they were saying they need to come together and work together. But if you look at it for what it is, NAACP ain't about our people. They never been and they never will. So just because it gave the impression of it on the surface, it didn't give the reflection of it on the actuality. Many organizations that have chosen to represent us, whether they be Pan-African doing reparations, whether they be other avenues, they're doing it for a collective interest for their own gains. And I think right now the people have enough acumen within themselves to notice that when a person tells you vote Democrat down ballot, they're a person that's in the interest of the Democrat Party. The first time I've ever heard Democrat down ballot was coming from people of the ADOS camps. They didn't tell you what collective benefit it would be vote Democrat down. They didn't tell you what positional power you would be in if you voted Democrat down. They just collectively kept repeating themselves, Democrat down, Democrat down, Democrat down, to the point where it almost became almost like a psych freaking rehearsal. And what it did was it actually opened my eyes to actually looking at the reality that when you're sitting here telling people to vote for one party down without telling them what collective interest it will be, and when they have questions, you don't feel like you have to answer them because they're not quote on the ground. hey, you can't be in a position of leadership because every leader has to answer the call and every beckon. It is even written in scripture that when there was 100 sheep and one go astray, the good shepherd leaves the 99 sheep to go get the one. In this situation, the one in this situation will be left alone because the main focus of ADOS will be the 99 and not the one that left. So therefore, you have herein, you know your example of what is and what is not a good shepherd, and you know what is and what is not a good organization. A good organization gonna be like your Dr. King, Jim Malcolm X's, who will stay extra in a hot, sweaty room, talking to every person that have come over there to come get their time, to come get their resources, whatever the question, even if it is a faith. And I think that so many times we've gone so far from the pale that we should remember where we've come from so we could therefore try to reflect and be better on it and not look at the opportunists that have come up in the midst of us, whether they be the Pan-Africans telling us to go ahead and have a flat back collective conception of what reparations is, or whether it be the political acumen of organizations telling us to vote Democrat down ballots for people who have no served or vested interest within our collective good. And I'll leave. Thank you.
All right. Hey, Irie, do you see him in the space now? Because I don't see him. I sent him a DM.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Where is he at?
He's at the top. Look down, you'll see him. Look in the blue checks and you'll be able to see him.
Okay, I'm gonna see if I can send him because I sent him and sent him an invite. I don't.
I'm just tell you this real quick, just to help you out. You can change it after this comes up. Whenever you have that situation, go to your settings, and then when it says the three different things for people to come up and down, it's going to say those who follow you and everyone. Just switch it to everyone, and then the brother can leave the space and come back in, and he'll have the option to come right on stage. That's a bypass to the glitch that Elon has on this, and then you can control it with the co-host when you get a would-be troll or person.
You say go to settings and do what now?
Settings, yes, sir. It's going to be the little wheel wrench, and then you'll see the options for who to allow speakers, and you'll see the three different options. It's going to be clicked on the bottom one, which is going to say request. Sorry about that. You're going to have the three options. One's going to say everyone, allow those who follow, and then you have the third one, which is invite only. You see those three options over there on when you hit the wrench?
Okay, I see settings. Hit the wrench where it says adjust settings.
Yeah, do you see like the options for speakers? People coming up.
Now is that here in this space right here? Is that right in the space where I can hit that?
That's going to be in the wrench up there next to the end button. It should be one of those three options.
Okay, because I see captions, I see view captions. This will allow you to see captions that have been shared by other people in the space. You got captions. I don't mute I got mute everyone captions, view captions, sound, and sound effects. That's the only thing I see. They say view captions. This will allow you to see the captions that have been shared. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Hold on. Hey, Ari, hold on a minute. Correct me if I'm wrong. You got an iPhone, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We Android gang over here.
So the options up there at the end.
It's not there, bro. It's not there, bro.
Hold on, just 1 minute, brother. 1 minute. Do you see the tire, like the little tire? That looks like a tire wheel.
I don't.
The co-host and the host should be able to see that.
I see where it says.
That's the adjust
Yeah, I see the adjust settings.
Okay. Do you see the options for speakers?
No.
People to come to speak.
It
says allow everyone.
We Android, bro.
I don't see it.
It's not the same Google, bro. The iOS, Android.
We're not gonna go. So when you hit the little three dots to the right, just hold on one mic real quick. Follow me real quick, DJ. When you see the three dots at the top,
right?
Okay, you got
the adjust settings. Adjust settings. That's what it is.
You got adjust settings. So when you go up into those three, you don't even have to go to adjust settings. Do you see the things of the people able to speak? Do you see it? What's the options when you push the three dots? Just walk with me real quick.
Adjust settings, stop co-host and share feedback, view rules and view captions, and report the space.
View rules. What's that?
That's just taking you to the rules of X. Again, bro, iOS, Android.
You don't know how to open. You don't know how to. It doesn't allow you to open the space to everyone, like when people come in and speak or listen.
No,
but it's open. But it's open to everybody though, because there's people in the space that don't follow that be up in the space.
Yeah, that's pretty much. And I don't got nobody blocked. Nobody got nobody blocked. So it's like
we're talking about the stage rules. That's why it typically does it. I didn't know it was different for that. So it might be something different.
Well, it's not a difference. It's actually no, it's not a difference. It's the same thing. It's just that us on the Android is in our actual settings. So when you go to the actual settings and you go to where it says privacy and safety, it should just say right there, discover with discover on contacts. You could just change it from there. Audience and tagging, you know what I mean? If you got your stuff on protected, this is how we do it, you know, in the Android world or whatever.
Hey, none of y'all hosts up there with co-hosts with an Apple?
Nah, bro, we don't do that, B. You know what I'm saying? We ain't down with Apple gang. Apple down with CCP. No.
Yeah, because that a lot of times people say that like I'm trying to request and stuff like that, but we legitimately do not see the people. Like I closed the app out and came back in just to see. I'm gonna try that again. Sometimes that helps. I'm gonna try that again, but I literally cannot see him in the space. Professor said he couldn't see him. Original, can you see him?
I can see the brother in the space.
I can't see. Well, go ahead and let the next speakers. I'm gonna close this out real quick. Come back in and see if I can see him then. So that's the only thing. I've sent him the invite. I'm gonna see if I can go ahead and get him to speak.
So it sounds like it's an issue with the Apple phones versus the Androids, man. They seem like an issue there.
That's all I was gonna say, News. Just real quick, why don't you see about letting someone that has Apple come up to see if the brother can come up, and then y'all can switch back.
Who you talking about as a co-host or something?
Yeah, I don't mind doing that. Go ahead. You know what I mean? Drop me down, but it's not really a difference. It's the same thing. It's just the development of the platform.
Okay, well let me see if I can let me see if I can make. Let me see if I can who has Apple in here?
I got Apple.
Okay, I'll go ahead and get Irie. All right, I'll drop you real quick, and then he can drop you the. Okay, let me go ahead and remove DJ from co-host, make you the co-host, and then if you see him up here, then you can bring him up here because, like I said, I sure can't see him up here. So let me know. So Ari, okay, you're the co-host. Did you see him in here still?
Yeah, I can see him. I'm about to add him.
Okay.
I got him and that Negro. But I'll set the settings up. Hey, brother C, are you good, bro?
Yeah, bro. I've been trying to get up here the whole time.
Yeah,
that's
let me get it straight for him, and then I'm gonna jump down. So you can be good, dog.
Well, now I can see both of these folks now. Ain't that something? I can see both of them.
Yeah, Elon need to fix this ghetto ass app, man. This is ridiculous. I'm gonna try not to cuss. I'm gonna respect the space. Appreciate you, bro.
Hey, Irie, just stay up there.
Yeah, Irie, stay up here just in case, in case he has an issue. So just stay up here just in case. But go ahead, you got it. Go ahead and you can go ahead and speak.
Yeah, man. Well, shout out to you, bro. I just wanted to speak to the topic of the room you did, because a lot of people who shared that same sentiment. I'm one of the people that discovered that I was blocked by her, and I never had a chance to have any interaction with her. And you know what I'm saying? And when I finally got to hear her speak in a space, I actually agree with the woman. So I never really had any disposition towards her or any reason for her to not have a reason to not like me, you know what I'm saying? And I heard what was said, that a lot of people caught strays because of what was going on, and I get that. But as far as proclaiming her to be a mother of reparations, no, I can't accredit my knowledge of reparations to her, because I was already well informed by my own family and own means in this research and having an understanding of what this actually means for us as a people and my own walk in research. So when people get to saying condescending things that I've heard, it kind of puts people in a disposition to that organization as a whole that was illustrated earlier on by some of the speakers on the stage, and how it will put a bad taste on people that want to actually
follow the movement, but just because people in their representation and how they choose to speak to those on the outside looking in, just like how the brother had showed when he went to the website, he couldn't even find any information because he was immediately stopped by a paywall. How is that access to information or saying that you're doing the work when you're not even making that part of the information free source for our people to even seek interest into finding out more about what's going on? And for it to be said how us going outside is not doing the work, you know what I'm saying? It goes to show why it double backs around to why I have a disposition with her as well as this organization, because when the conceptions of the pull-ups were being drawn out, we had her as well as individuals come out and speak against it, which it was just a grassroots movement of us across this country just coming together and saying, hey, we want to talk about reparations in our respective areas in this country. And we're going to do whatever it takes to make sure that we are coming at our people with something that we can present to them. So we came up with the 5 points. We made sure that we were standing on any flags or colors that represented our people, whether it was Juneteenth or the Black American Heritage flag, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to those that was able to actually get the daughter of Melvin Charles in the space to speak on the history and the concept of this flag, because a lot of people wanted to talk about that and how they was trying to put a spin on it. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of things that grassroots people that aren't in ADOS that put in a lot of work that got shunned, you know what I'm saying, because it wasn't done under that banner, which is a real disparaging towards those of us on the outside looking in. Because one, we're blocked by one of the creators who's claiming to be the mother of a reparation movement that's been owed to our people over 150 years. I've been hearing about this from my family long before I got on the internet and found out about this woman. It's no disrespect to her. That's just I'm coming into the fold of finding out about her and finding out I was blocked at the same time. But movement and how I see all of the different spinoffs that then came from it. Because my introduction into ADOS was through Tariq. And I didn't already then illustrated that to the family on these spaces time and time again. And the only reason why I knew about him is because I got introduced to those documentaries. So that was my introduction into at least finding out that type of information that was being presented to our people in my journey of finding out about all of these different organizations, that digging into the background of the NAACP, digging into the background of CJEC, all of these other organizations that are claiming to be legacy organizations for us, including the Urban League, you know what I'm saying, and their misrepresentation of us throughout history. And even in today's time, we've seen how they'll put out something saying that this is for us, but then turn around and backtrack from it and withdraw. We all saw that with Brother Amos Brown over one of the chairmen over what was going on in San Francisco with that task force, as well as what was going on with the state. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of boots on the ground all across the country paying attention to what's going on with these task forces. And for this organization itself, and yes, I'm calling it an organization because that's how it's operating in my eyes as far as how they're moving. You have to buy into it. You have to acquiesce in so many words to actually be on the inside of what's going on. So for somebody to just say that you just signing up, paying your fee just to do the work, I've been doing that since I got introduced to the individuals that I've been rocking with, even though some of us on this app may have bumped heads with each other, but we still understood the mission. We still have a goal at hand that we're fighting for, and that's getting our reparations and our restorative justice. But for somebody that wants to say and claim to be a speaker for us and has the same people that you're speaking and representing blocked, you know what I'm saying? It really boggles the mind of why you would sit there and say you're my mother, but you gave me up for adoption. You didn't drop me off in front of the fire department and just casted me out, along with thousands of others who probably on a block list by the same individuals that people will sit here and talk to us in a condescending way of saying who we need to respect. Now, like I said, when I actually heard her speak in the space, I love the way she talks. Nothing taken from her. I get what the sister's trying to do, but the way she's going about it, nah, I can't rock with that because
shaky. Your foundation ain't solid. And for people to want to continue to talk to us in a manner to not even make people want to even look into this, like, come on now. How Reggie is speaking, very disparaging. Now, some of the people that I done heard that would speak from that side of ADOS would be very democratic, straight down ballot. And I done had several disagreements with these brothers and sisters on this app, but I still love them, still gonna get on the battlefield with them because they are of the lineage. So that's in-house fight. That's always gonna be there. But at the end of the day, when you got somebody that's trying to talk to these other groups of people about our problems, and you don't even want to listen to us about our problems, because I'm blocked. Baby can't talk to me. I can't talk to her. I gotta hear. You just had a whole conference in my hometown, and I gotta ask hearsay to find out about what happened at that convention. Now, is that fair to me, being a Black American who's also the American descendant of slaves? If that's what if we're all supposed to be under this banner, you know what I'm saying? If I gotta buy into this just to be accepted into a movement that's a part of my arm that I can speak on my own, is that really doing me a service? And that's what I'm asking to those who are already on the inside of this entity, you know what I'm saying, who want more of us to actually get behind it. That's just like the situation earlier with Brother Isaac 3, you know what I'm saying, and the fan base app, and him wanting more Black Americans to support that. But you're telling us it's not a Black app, but you're telling us it's a Black app and you want more of us to support it. But at the same time, you're on Twitter disrespecting Black men and Black American as a community as a whole. You know what I'm saying? How can people want us to? It's like it's the optics of all of this. It really throws people off. And for those that can actually read in between the lines, you know what I'm saying? We're not falling for the wolf in sheep's clothing. And I hate to use that as an analogy, but it seems vicious. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of malice behind some of the words that are being used to those of us who I wouldn't even say opposed, just in question of what's going on. You know what I'm saying? That's where a lot of even the disconnect comes in. And I'm going to just land with that. But appreciate the space, brother. Y'all cooking it.
All right, appreciate it. And I see we got somebody down there in the listener section that's talking a lot of noise in the comments section. We got ADOS. I sent you the mic because you saying a lot of slick stuff in the comments section. Talk about, I guess we too stupid to learn how to use the app to bring people up. I guess you didn't hear the part that Irie had a damn iPhone and we got an Android. So it took somebody having an iPhone to come up here. So if you got all this mouth, then come on up here and get the mic. I want to get my girl Reroute up here. So one of the speakers, okay, well, they sitting up here. Whoever Jersey is in the building, Jersey sitting up here. Yeah, Jersey sitting up here. Well, hold on, because Jersey sitting up here talking about we punching down on women. Nobody saying anything to Antonio Moore and this and that or whatever. I think anybody that's listened to this space has seen that I've been pretty unbiased here. Reggie could tell you that. That Negro could tell you that. Everybody can tell you that. So sitting up here talking about we punching down, making it like we attacking a Black woman, sitting up here. When I've invited anybody to come up here that wants to speak, to come on up here and speak, sitting up here talking about that basically we're too dumb to sit up here, I guess, and learn how to bring people up, but then we got the nerve to talk about. That's why I said, listen, in this space here, there's no gender thing. Men can come up here and get it, and so can women as well too. We're not gonna play that game and say, "Whoa, she has it for JJ," and you no. If you sitting up here and you throwing little shade and insults and stuff like that, when somebody's treating you decent, then you can come right on up here and get this microphone here, and you're not gonna hide behind being an elderly person or a young person, a female, a transgender, a handicapped boy, any of this other stuff like that as well too. So if you got something to say and you don't like the way the conversation is going and you feel like somebody's picking on somebody when I haven't said anything derogatory or nasty whatsoever about Yvette Carnell, I haven't said anything derogatory or nasty about ADOS, then come on up here and get this microphone and tell us the basis of how we should do stuff and how we should run stuff up here. So like, no disrespect to you, Farmer. That might be one of your people. No disrespect. But I'm just saying, if you're sitting up here in the comment section. Oh no. I'm talking about who we all we got sitting up here talking about we too dumb to know how to use a mic or whatever. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. That person. Oh yeah, and you talk about I understand you're angry, I'm hurt. Yeah, you scared to come on up here, so that means you need to shut your mouth, sit on down, and be quiet, and sit up in the comments because that's what a coward does. A coward sits up in the comments section, and when they have a chance to actually get on the microphone and say something, they won't do it. They'll sit right there and they'll keep saying little slick, smart stuff. So don't sit up here and talk about who's angry and this and that. You angry. You so angry that you're afraid to get on the microphone. You're sitting up in the comment section saying stuff. You upset because I don't know that you feel like Yvette's been disrespected by everybody in the space or whatever. Yvette blocked me years ago, and I ain't whining about it. I just mentioned. I said, yeah, she blocked me. No big deal. Fat Joe blocked me years ago. No big deal. A lot of people block me, and a lot of people I block. So I don't lose sleep over it one way or another. So if you want to get up here and get this microphone, like I said, don't hide. I don't know if you're a woman, you're a man. I don't know if you're transgender. I don't know if you're a frog or whatever you are, but come on up here. Don't keep saying little slick stuff up in the comment section. I'm gonna block your sorry ass because that's the coward. That's a coward's way. A coward sits up here and just talks out there. You know what? So come on up here and get this mic. Yeah, kick me out. Ain't nobody kicked you out. Matter of fact, I'm gonna block your dumb ass right now. You sitting up here lying, talking about no, ain't nothing kicked you out. You just was too green to come up here and get something.
Well, I do have two requests down there. Sister I Am Money and the man that's waiting to come up as well.
I don't. Where's Re-Rock? Cause she was up here. I don't see her no more. Who got blocked? What happened? Because I did see Re-Rock up here. Y'all see her?
I got sister ready to bring her up here.
Yeah, go ahead and do we got enough space?
I just want to know who up here that's not speaking if they can go down on their own. Go ahead, drop me out.
Oh, no. Oh, DJ dropped down. So bring Re-Rock up then. Because I know she was up here waiting, but yeah, don't sit up here like some lame up in the comments section or whatever. And then when somebody's saying, yeah, come on up here and talk, giving you the microphone, you just want to run your black mouth and know you're not gonna do nothing. Same type of fool that ain't gonna do nothing in the fight. They just sit there and instigate stuff or whatever. Ain't gonna do nothing. Ain't gonna throw a lick. Ain't gonna do nothing except hightail it. And when it's time for you to go ahead and put up a shut up, you sitting up here like a coward. I don't want to hear that. Come on up here and speak or shut up or get out the space if you're not gonna do it. Let me go ahead and get to my girl. And I know we got Re-Raw up here, so I want to get to the couple of new speakers. Is that Tiana? Then I get to you, Re-Raw, as well too. Is that Tiana? I'm sorry, I couldn't see the name. Is it Tiana?
No, I was going to actually. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, I was actually going to donate my time to Reggie if he wanted to come up. I was going to respond to something else, but it passed. It's okay. Okay,
no issue. Let me go ahead and get to Re-Raw. Re-Raw, what's going on tonight?
Hey, Toter, what's up with the fam and building, the farmer?
What's up?
DJ, everybody. Guys, okay, we lit. We up in here. I don't want to sound repetitive. I kind of just got into the space, but as far as like what I have to say about Yvette Carnell is, she was a big part of my awakening. I mean, I think that honestly, she was one of the first people that I heard speak about reparations, like in depth, besides Tariq, and Dr. Claude Anderson. So, I mean, I've been watching Yvette since I think 2008, 2012, something like that. So, I don't know. She blocked me too, though. Look, she blocked me too. I think that she went on like an FBA blocking spree. So if you ever had like FBA in your bio, or you ever said you were FBA, she just like, or you were in a certain room, she just seen everybody in that room and she just blocked everyone. I've been blocked by the best of them, and I'm not mad at it. If she's gonna work for the Democrats, I don't see it being a bad thing. I mean, shit. I'm sorry for cursing. How bad could it be? I mean, who else is trying to work with us? I mean, I don't care. Like, everybody's like, oh, well, it's Yvette Carnell, It doesn't matter. If they were trying to work with Tariq, if they were trying to work with even, who's the other dude? Oh, the one who says everything 3 times. What is it? I can't remember his name.
He said everything 3 times. I'm not sure who that is.
Dr. Umar Johnson.
Yes, it's Dr. Umar. So even if they were going to work with him, I'd accept it because at least it seems like we're getting somewhere and we're making some kind of progress. I don't think Yvette Carnell is going to get in there and be like, oh, yeah, nobody from FBA can get it, or, do anything like just too stupid or too unprofessional. I feel like she's going to be very professional with this, and I think we should give her a chance, even though she got us blocked. That's all I want to say. I'm not there. Thank you for allowing me to speak. Great space, Newstoter.
As always, it's been a hot minute since she was up in here speaking, but I'm glad to hear from you tonight. Reggie, I'm going to get...
I miss y'all.
You be in the spaces, you just don't come up and talk. So when you...
Man, if you want to come up here, you gotta go out and come back in the space. It's not letting me bring you up right now. I guess you're stuck mode.
Who you trying to bring up, Irie?
It says the man.
The man, I don't even see that person.
And then, so if you go down or unrequested, come back up. Shoot. Try that again.
Let me get my girl Rella in here real quick too. Let me get the new speaker. Rella, what's going on tonight?
Hey, Newstoter. Do I sound better? I don't sound thick anymore.
You sound better. You sound good.
Yay. Hey, La Farmer.
Way better.
Yes. Hey, La Farmer, original, bad geek, bro. I am Money, and hi, Reggie. Shout out to the ADOS family in the building, and the Freeman and Negro family, all of the descendants, even the tribe that's in the building. Shout out to all of you guys. You know what? The best way to heal a wound is to stop trying to pick at a scab. That is the best way to heal a wound. I posted and I said I actually sat in ADOS space. I briefly went in there and I was listening to, I think, the people that were hosting, and they were, talking about getting more people, much like all the organizations are trying to do. And at the end of the day, I stand with people who, as Reggie put it, you outside, but I don't have a means to block people when you're outside. And see, when you're outside and you're talking to people on the ground, when you run into people who are not clear about, how reparations or how reparations would be fought, people are going to have a different position. And our position is to capture them, embrace them, and help them to learn what lineage is about. I think what turned me off with Yvette years ago, because I knew about reparations from reading, from just reading and studying. I was already on this tip long ago, but it doesn't mean that you can never learn more. I came into Yvette in 2017. I remember on Facebook her Yurima Karama, and I think a whole bunch of people that used to, Boyce Watkins used to do like pop-ups, and they would actually be talking and, just trying to, break ground with our community. This was prior to the conversation around ADOS. So when you talk about people now coming in, I think it's a good thing. I think if you, like I told to Naeem, with the Freedman community, you can't turn people off and turn them away. You have to embrace them. You got to have a conversation with them. You can't be I'm the only orator of this movement, or you're not that nigga. Like those buzzwords, I think we know how to push our buttons, but we don't know how to apologize. We don't know how to come back and heal the wound. So people are always starting from zero when the last impression is always the lasting impression, where we need to find a way to, if you want to move forward, embrace all of the information. What I can appreciate about what California did is that Maureen and Dr. Shirley Weber And the people who were able to bring about the 1,200-page report, the organizations like CJAC and NASD and everybody over in Cali, where I'm from, was able to do something that was great. Whoever stepped up to the mic, whoever called in, people who watched, even if you didn't like how things were going and you still participated, you didn't throw them out with the bathwater. I think that is to be commended because that's what it means to do the work. You don't always have to be in adjacent to a Yvette or to an Antonio Moore. Sometimes it does take a Reggie, or it does take people from the Negro movement or the Freedmen movement to help bring people in. I think it's how we address each other. And what I'm hearing tonight is old wounds were never healed, and that some people don't know how to not keep creating the same wound. And that's the part that seems to be a little bit disheartening at times. But I feel like we're moving forward because the Democratic Party messed up. They messed up by alienating their base. And if you're trying to build a base, you owe it to your organization or just your fellow descendants around you, your family, people who don't know and that want to know, to talk to them. And if you're talking to us like this, I hope that you're not talking to the people in your community like how we were done. So maybe that's what it is. Maybe we need to figure out how do we go about actually having conversations in respecting all historical records and knowledge, because it's all pertinent, it's all relevant. Whether or not you want to start an organization, because there's probably people out there they're going to start organizations outside of the ones that we know. What are we going to do? Question them and run them down all on social media? Or are we going to support them? Find out what they're about and figure out how we can help them spin up, because to be quite honest, we need thousands, if not hundreds of organizations that are for the descendant community that can rival the NAACP, the CBC, and people who are in a position that's going to hold the torch when we are all dead and gone. And you got to be able to transcend that message. That's going to be important. So, I have my qualms, but like you, Newstoter, I didn't cry. I'm not sitting there trying to talk bad about Yvette or Antonio. I commend them for the things that they've done. And for anything that I didn't care for, I moved on. I was able to get a school named after a freedman in my state, in my city. I was able to work with the Black History Committee and find out about historical, records here in Virginia. There's a big boom that's going to be coming out of Virginia. So, to be honest, whoever wants to work together, let's do it. And whoever don't, I guess that's just an opportunity we'll never see, unfortunately. And I'll leave it there.
Thank you, Miss Rella. Reggie, is that your Reggie? What's going on in the background with your phone, man? It's a lot of feedback. What's going on? Because it's like you watching a movie or something. But go ahead, Reggie. You got it. You there, Reggie? Sound like The Exorcist or something. Like, damn.
Yeah, that's all that.
Yikes. Wow. That's scary there. Reggie had to drop down for a second. Yikes. Let me like you expect to see a girl head spinning around and throwing up or something. Yeesh. Let me go ahead and get the Ian. Ian, go ahead and bring us back to some normal type stuff. Okay, Reggie back up here? Okay, Reggie back up here. Ian, go ahead and unmute your mic, and Reggie, I'll get back to you.
Okay. Yeah, man. I think what we're missing, because I think I wanted to get to what was mentioned by Big Chief when he spoke. What a lot of people don't understand, especially black men, right? If you follow Yvette, she did a video saying, out of her own mouth, she said that the reason that she doesn't want to work together with FBA. She doesn't want FBA coming together with ADOS. In her own, these are her own words. She said there would be sexual assault lawsuits, right? So essentially, she kind of stereotyped black men, especially FBA men, coming, out of Tariq. Tariq has the history of the being a pimp and all that other type of thing. So she assumed that any black male who's following him is a misogynist, is a potential rapist, and from a corporate mind law perspective, she just said anybody who's FBA is a potential sexual assault risk. So she had made up her mind early on. So it's not even about personality. She made up her mind from a business perspective not to involve any black men who represent FBA because she doesn't want to have when these black men come in contact with ADOS black women, she doesn't want to have any kind of liability from the criminal liability in terms of that. So that's really the honest, Reggie can tell you, you can ask her herself, that's her perspective. She took that, and that was several years ago. She took that stance. That was a large part of the reason why ADOS split up, because she was telling all the chapters, if anybody decides to work with a FBA person, they will be disbanded from the ADOS organization. So that's how and why she put the gates up, because she doesn't want black men to harm black women, based on the rhetoric that she heard from. And to be honest, I used to go at Tariq and FBA defending Yvette a while ago, but again, we moved beyond that point now. Where we have matured. Even Tariq himself has matured a lot, and the message of reparations has become broader and has become more in depth, and it can no longer be encompassed within one group or one person. And I think again that has to be understood, and it has to be understood when we're saying ADOS. Are we talking about an organization, or are we talking about lineage? And I think a lot of people are being confused because we shouldn't have to join an organization to be who we are. And if you want to join an organization, that's fine, but don't take our lineage and turn it into an organization, and not give people the proper understanding of who and what they are from a lineage perspective. And that's where the word freedom for me, freedom, right? That's because for a long time I was languishing, because I'm like, okay, she expanded ADOS, nobody's doing any work or whatever, and then freedom came up. Then I'm like, oh, okay, there's something that's already been on the books, already been recognized in the Constitution, freedom. So let's go with that, and we'll bypass all of the back and forth and the argument and bickering, because the U.S. government is the one who established the term freedom. So nobody can actually be over that term, and a lot of people give Freedman grief for choosing that and rocking with that. But that is, if you want to bypass liability, that is the name, that is the term and the name to go with, because it wasn't something that black people made up. It's something that white people have established and understand to be true. As we saw with the case with Justice Thomas and so on and so forth, Freedman is already been recognized, right? You had the Freedmen's Bureau, so that bypasses all of the back and forth and the bickering and the fighting. That can be bypassed, and for me, that's why I like Freedman. All of the drama can be cut out, if we just use the term freely, because nobody can take credit for that. That's something that the government recognizes. So I just wanted to lay that out. So I'll land there.
All right, appreciate that. We getting towards the end, so we got 5 hands up. We gonna hit these 5 speakers. We're not gonna bring anybody up. So co-hosts don't bring anybody up. We got 6. Put DJ hand up in there. So we're gonna go ahead and get these speakers here, and then we're gonna close this thing out for the night. And we will be back Monday night, maybe Sunday. It's been a minute. Irie's up here co-hosting. He had to help us out. It's been a minute. Irie used to co-host with us sometimes in the spaces and stuff too. So it's been a couple years, but shout out to Irie. Shout out to that Negro as well too. Let me go ahead and get to I think, and forgive me if I miss it. I think it might be East Texas. I want to get to East Texas. I want to get Tiana as well too, and then we'll get to that Negro, and we'll get to the other hands. Like I say, for those that can support us, this is a Black curation platform, media platform. If you guys have not visited Newstoter.com to stay up to date in breaking Black news, you are missing something, whether it is news, it's politics, it's education, it's lifestyle, it's sports, it's entertainment, it's music, it's health. We cover the entire gambit. We have sources from all over the nation, and even over the world as well too. We even have some sources over the world as well that we curate news from as well too. So make sure you visit that. Support us for those that can, even if it's $1 and it's on Cash App, $Newstoter, $Newstoter. Newstoter is the largest Black-owned, Black American news media curation to date in America. DJ said over 30-some-odd thousand posts and articles, to be exact. Over 38,000 if we want to be exact about that. So, and we have to delete them every 3 months because the website would run so slow and we would have so many. So we have to go ahead and delete them after 3 months because there's so much content on there as well too, guys. So make sure you visit Newstoter.com to stay up to date on breaking Black news in Black America. If you're in this space and you're not following Newstoter on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, X, Twitter, YouTube, guys, make sure you go ahead and follow us. We're looking to get people to trying to build up our membership as well too for as little as $1.75 a month. It's up in the Jumbotron. It's also on the actual Newstoter page here on X. That Negro is a member. That Negro's a member. Original's a member. DJ's a member. Black Majority State's a member. We got a number of people that's actually members and that support the actual platform, and we make it as cheap as possible. $1.75. You can't support Black-owned business for less for under $2, and we're doing it for $1.75 a month. The cheapest plan that you can get as well too, guys. So definitely, if you have a PayPal, that's up in the Jumbotron, but any little amount helps. Let's see if we can get at least another donation or two before the night. And I don't care if it's $1. We use every little bit that we can. Let me go ahead and get to East Texas. East Texas, go ahead and unmute your mic.
All right, what's going on?
What's up now?
I just wanted to address Ian because he said some things that I think need to be addressed. So, look, you got to go build what you want to see. So if you don't like the way Yvette Carnell runs the ADOS Advocacy Foundation, cool. Go build what you want to see. Nobody's forcing you to support it. Nobody's making you do that. If you don't want to support it, go build what you want to see. It's that simple. I mean, you said that reparations is too big to be housed under one organization. Okay, cool. I agree. Go build your own organization and just, carry on with your life. No real need to, bring her up in it. Like, if you're building and you're so busy building on your side, then why does ADOS bother you? Really shouldn't. There's a lot of organizations that I know do a lot of good work, and I don't personally support them because they're not my personal cup of tea, but I don't bring them up or mention them or tell them that, or badmouth them, anything. For example, I'll give you a clear example. Nation of Islam. As we all know, the Nation of Islam does a lot of good work. I got relatives that came out of the penal system. They happen to be members of the NOI, things of that nature. I'm a Christian, so I'm not a part of that. But I don't tell Farrakhan, how to run his business. He runs it how he runs it. That's his thing.
You know what I mean? I'm not, and just because I disagree, don't mean that something's wrong with it. You know, that's how they run their business. So ADOS is the name. That is what the foundation is called. Yvette Carnell and Antonio Moore created the organization. They created the content behind the organization. That's why you got over 1,100 videos on YouTube. Going all the way back to 2015, when no one was using the term ADOS. No one. So, you know, that's just I hear a whole lot of crime and a whole lot of issues about being blocked and all that, but if you was really focused on your business, then, you know, ADOS shouldn't concern you. That's my point. So, there you go.
All right, appreciate it. Let me go ahead. Let me give a shout out to the Russell for the contribution on Cash App. Let me get to Tiana. Tiana, go ahead and unmute your mic.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, I just wanted to address a couple of the complaints that I've heard while I was up here. One is about the freedman designation. So if you look it up, freedman is not all encompassing, which means freedmen is directly associated with with our people that were emancipated directly after the Civil War. So that doesn't encompass all ADOS. That's why ADOS was created, based after the great Dr. Martin Luther King, who said we're American descendants of slavery in his final book. That's where it was inspired from. Yes, and then also, our lineage isn't behind the paywall. There is a difference between ADOS, the organization, which is ADOS Advocacy Foundation, and ADOS, the lineage. Anyone can run around and say they're ADOS because we're all ADOS Black Americans in this country. You can't turn around and steal someone's intellectual property, manipulate it, twist it to fit your personal needs and gains, or whether it's monetary or organization-wise, and then expect someone to be okay with it. That would be the equivalent to you letting someone come in your house and take all of your items, and then someone telling you don't be mad because everybody should have access to it. Everyone has access to the lineage. Everyone does not get, nor do they have the right to take Yvette Carnell and Antonio Moore's intellectual property, bastardize it, and then when it's time for us to use it for actual real gains, wonder why it doesn't work. So we have to all come in together. This org is supposed to be all inclusive, but we also have to weed out people who mean our people harm, who want to take Yvette and Tone's intellectual property and monetize it. That's the only reason why Yvette has safeguards in place of the organization. It's not to feel like she's above people, to be able to look down on people. I seen Yvette when we were in New Orleans for the summit. That woman, I can honestly tell you from just observing, I'm a very, very watchful observer, she has infinite amount of love for her people, regardless of the disagreements. Yvette will literally lay her life down for you, even if she's blocked you, because you don't have to actually follow Yvette in order to do the work. You can still join the organization, not the lineage, because you can't join the lineage. You can join the organization and pay the fees. And for the person that asks, why do you have to pay? Because we're a wealthless group. Yvette is doing this out of the kindness of her heart. Nobody's getting paid in the organization. No one wants to get paid because that's how you get compromised. We're doing this for the love of our people, nothing else. So the only way this stays afloat is for all of our people to say, oh, hey, they're fighting for us. The least we can do is pitch in and donate, and let's see how we can do this. Either we can actually be involved and be active, or we can just donate and sit back and let other people who are more inclined to do it. My other point that I was going to make, you can't get mad when someone punches back. That's self-defense. People on here are saying, Yvette blocked me, Yvette did this, Yvette said that, Yvette, etc. Nothing that Yvette has done, and Antonio Moore as well, is just out of spite. It's always in retaliation too. So if they've done something like block someone, choose not to engage with someone, that's their right. Everyone on this app has a right to block anybody they want if they don't want to engage. That doesn't mean you don't do the work. I have so much love for my people. If Yvette blocked me today or tomorrow, that's not going to stop me from doing the work. With the ADOS org or outside of it or both, that's not going to stop me because I have so much love for my people. It don't matter what disagreements we have to get out of our emotions. I know we come from so much trauma from all of these years of building the country, going through all of these different stages, we have to be able to rise above our emotions and get to work, because the dependency on our freedom from oppression depends on us being able to elevate and ascend beyond our emotions. We're not ever going to be able to get anything accomplished if we're running around talking about why we're mad that someone's mad at us, and then not prefacing it with what you did first to garner that reaction. That's all I wanted to say. So I hope we can get to work. Regardless of what disagreements we have, I love my people to death. I hope we can overcome all of these disagreements, sign up to join ADOS, donate to the reparations bill fund, and let's get to work.
All right. All right. All right. Hey, real quick. Hey, hold on real quick. Okay, real quick, because everybody's talking over the host. I'm trying to say as people speak, I'm going to drop down each speaker. So I'm going to drop Tiana down so I don't want anybody else coming up here because I'm trying to get up out of here. So I'm going to drop each speaker down. So this space ain't going to be going too much longer because we've been going since 8 o'clock. And truthfully, around by 10 o'clock, I'm ready to wrap things up. So let me go ahead and drop this down. Also, everybody, do not speak over the host. I'm trying to get this thing going. Don't cut anybody off. Let them speak. And let's go ahead and show each other some semblance of respect up in here too as well, guys. So let me go ahead and get to that Negro. That Negro, go ahead and unmute your mic. You say you got who? I couldn't hear you, Irie.
That one person that was called
the man. Yeah, because let's keep the hands that's up here. The man, we're gonna have to get with you later on. Yeah. Yeah, because I'm trying to get up out of it. I ain't trying to be in at 12 o'clock. Let me go ahead and get to that Negro.
All right. This will be quick, man. Again, I understand this is way longer than you normally stick around. Newstoter. Normally, right at that 2 hour minute, right at that 2 hour marker, you're ready for bed, man. Hardworking, man. I get it, and mad respect to you for doing it. But I think this space was much needed. I think a lot of voices were heard. Some for, some against. But us, really, all of our voices coming together is really awesome. I want to say, I wanted to point out a different angle on the Irie coming over to co-host to really key in on why the iPhones could come and the droids couldn't. I think that's just showcases how immediately brilliant and on the fly our people can be about anything. Just, hey, let's try this. And I really think that's just our brilliance coming out and manifesting in real time right in front of us. So that's just me saying that. I came up here to say it was a hell of a blessing to see my little big brother Irie up here back in a Newstoter space. It's been a minute, and I have been here holding it down for the Negro car the whole time. No matter what, definitely accepted by Newstoter in the space. Definitely show love both ways, and but that balance in that Negro, I haven't seen new Negro in here for a minute, so it was cool having that Negro spirit in here, and I think it's a perspective we should always have with our collective group. So that was the main thing. Wanted to show my little big brother some love, and yeah, Newstoter, great space once again, bro, for real.
Shout out to our wonderful Negro women in the building too. That don't mean that's the real, it's just the air.
Right.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the Negro women. Definitely a good deal without y'all. Mr. I, taxation, Mr. T, man, my big guys. Y'all know who you are. Peace and blessings, and thank you for joining the space as well. And brother, Newstoter space is where it all went down for me. It was an epic space. It was good. It was wonderful, and it was legendary. And it's all right. Standing in the fire with like 30 different mugs trying to talk to me at one time, right? It was insane, but it is what it is. It's a rite of passage for this whole right. And now I stand with my brothers in honor and diligence. So it's a blessing, man, you know. And like y'all know me from always having my babies in the background, keeping it straight. keeping it straight real, and always trying to make sure I feed my people and my family. So peace and blessings, and I think you sort of always have a beautiful space where everybody can come to. And DJ said, shout out to my boy Jerz, always holding it down with, as well as brother Professor, Professor, or brother Rich, always definitely riding shotgun with the shotgun. So, we know we're family. Peace and blessings.
Real talk. Thank you, Irie, and thank you, that Negro. Let me go ahead and get to I'm gonna get to Reggie, then I'm gonna get to Professor and Ian and Rella, and DJ's gonna close it out. Well, actually, I'm gonna close it out, but DJ will be the last speaker, and then we're gonna go ahead and close this thing out for the night. Go ahead, Reggie.
Yeah, I just wanted to close it out. Thank you for the space, but I just want to kind of clarify some things for people in the room, because what's happening is that you have a few people, like a small number of Negroes, like maybe 15, 20 Negroes, who know that they can't come anywhere around ADOS, like in this life or the next. And what's happening is that these 20 people are trying to get little clicks and get in their heads that Yvette don't rock with them either. It's not the masses of Black people who may have a disagreement here or there. It's just like 20 Negroes outside the club knowing that they can't get in, and they want you to be out in the cold with them. And I say that to say that just because Yvette or Antonio or me or somebody else has you blocked on Twitter, none of us can block you in these streets. You can pull up to anywhere that we're at any moment and have the conversation. And I'm not going to name names in terms of organizations of people, but there's people that have had me blocked, that I've had blocked, and we bump into each other and we have the conversation and figure out how to move forward. So don't let, because I don't want to see like the B1 FBA secure tribe nonsense. I got half of y'all blocked on Twitter, but if you see me in the street, then we're gonna have the conversation and try and figure it out from there. I say that to say that anybody is welcome in terms of ADOS if you want to join and do work. And don't let these 15, 20 people give you the impression that they represent or have sway over 35 plus million Black people, many of which are in this room. I guarantee you, like, if there is 100, like, there's probably like maybe 100, 25 people in this space right now. There's probably only 3 people, like out of this 133, that can't come around. You can join, you can plug in, you are welcomed here, you are loved here, even if there's disagreements or whatever. There's only a couple. Just because Ian and Tariq and Mark Carter can't come, that doesn't mean that you can't come. You can join. You have a place here, and we welcome you to come do the work. Don't let these people who live on spaces get in your head and have you feeling like it's something that it ain't. Thank you, Toto.
Reggie, I just want to ask you real quick before you leave. Did you find, as the host, did you see was the space to you, in your opinion, was it an unbiased space that I held tonight? I mean, I know everybody had to, came in and said what they want to, but do you feel like I was attacking Yvette or ADOS, anything in this space?
I'm gonna try to be fair. In terms of how you've run the space and how you've let everybody speak, I felt like you ran that in an unbiased manner. I do feel like the title was a little clickbaity, but it's like I don't begrudge that, with you being a content creator and trying to get people in the room. That would be the only criticism I have, but I can't focus that on you because that is something that we do as people in media and in content, that I have to have a tag or a hook to bring you in. But as far as how you've run the space and let all the voices speak, 5 stars. Appreciate you, brother.
I appreciate that. And just so you know, I mean, that was the actual talking point that, a bunch of people on Twitter had that Yvette was trying to strategize with the actual Democrats. So we just pretty much just took the title that everybody was talking about and made a space behind it. So, but I appreciate you coming in here. But yeah, I mean that
I definitely respect that, and the person who and that's kind of an example, like the Nikki, the whoever, she can't come around, but because she's got X amount of followers, she's gonna make all of her followers feel like they can't join ADOS. All of her followers can join ADOS, but she can't. That's all I got told her.
no problem. No problem. I mean, I'm cool. I'm cool. Real quick. I mean, I'm cool with Nikki. You know, I don't have any issues with her. Like I say, I saw the video. You know, I listened to it and I let everybody else listen to form their opinion. So I don't have any issue with Nikki whatsoever. But I appreciate you coming in here speaking tonight. So thank you, Reggie. Go ahead, Ira. You got it.
Yeah, I was just going to simply say that the title of the room wasn't just Newstoter's clickbait. That was actually word around town. This is just what people are saying, and this wasn't necessarily them trying to get attention or gather an audience. This was actually a pure conversation, and the title was the concern of the people, not necessarily a clickbait title. Just to reiterate that point, but definitely appreciate Reggie for coming through. That's why I let him back on stage. I know you didn't want nobody else on, but I didn't want to have the person from ADOS leave and not be allowed to be able to speak back in the space. And then it looked like the people who was at ADOS title didn't let ADOS speak. So I also had that disclaimer as well. That's what I did. That's why I let him back up here. Brother Newstoter. I didn't want to end the space with the brother not having a voice at the end, just to have a sour taste. I feel like it's slightly.
Oh no, but that's why I brought Reggie up, and when Reggie, because that's why I sent Reggie the invite, because I know Reggie is ADOS, so I wanted Reggie to come up here and speak, and then I wanted to get as many people up here that was ADOS to speak as well too. So I wanted everybody to come up here and have a fair chance, whether you Negro, you Freeman, you FBA, you ADOS, whatever you are, however you feel, whether you love Yvette, you hate Yvette. I wanted you to come up here and express yourself. I wanted to get speak and talk and have their talking points and say and get whatever they want to get off their chest. So that was the whole thing. Like, and Reggie's been up here the whole time, or not the entire space, but he's been up here most of the space talking and stuff like that as well too. So, I no issue with that whatsoever. Let me go ahead and get to Ian, and then I got you, Professor, and I got Rella as well too. Shout out, I see No Taxation, Miss T Naheem down there as well too. So shout out Hey, Boogie, I see a bunch of our people down there.
Yeah, I think it was supposed to be me before Ian.
Oh, go ahead, then, Professor. Go. You got it.
Okay. Here's the thing, y'all. And this is quick and simple to the point, right? I don't know Yvette Carnell. Don't know why she blocked me. Don't really care. I know what I have heard about her. Like I said, I don't care. She can kiss my ass. The rest of the ADOS can kiss my ass. I ain't finna sit and kiss nobody's ass in none of these spaces. So she can kiss my ass. ADOS can kiss my ass.
Yeah, Professor, we ain't got to keep saying kiss ass, but go ahead, though.
I know, I'm sorry. But look, the point is, y'all, for somebody to go on a blocking spree against people that don't even know them is psychotic. That's what I think about Yvette Carnell, whoever she is. That's my take on her. Now, that's my point. I'm sticking to it, and that's based on the evidence that's before us. She blocked everybody, and nobody has even interacted with her. I never interacted with this woman in my life. I don't know her. So maybe she's a butch, and she don't like men. I don't know. I know that's some of the stuff I heard, but I don't care. At the end of the day, I don't know you, Yvette. So, as I said before, kiss my ass.
All right, Professor. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let me go ahead and get to Ian, and then I'm gonna get to Rella, and I'm gonna get to DJ as well. So go ahead, Ian. Real quick, guys. Don't make it long and drawn out, because like I said, we are trying to get up out of here. So, but go ahead, Ian.
Oh yeah, I just wanted to address the point when I brought up Friedman, I've not heard about not being a part of ADOS. ADOS stopped doing the work once they disbanded. They're trying to get the organization together. The people who are doing the work continue doing the work, as you saw and as you see in New York, Boston, California. They're not ADOS, so it's not about coming together with anyone. It's about doing the work, and whoever's doing the work, kudos to you. Doing the work is not about joining an organization, as Reggie put. Doing the work is actually doing the work, and you have a lot of people doing the work. The problem came when people were doing the work. Reggie and Yvette, time and time again, would come on Twitter, right, like Twitter trolls, and kind of take snipes at the work that people were doing, instead of actually coming together and actually trying to give assistance, right? They would just take shots. So we do the work, and we can do the work outside of ADOS, but we would like to do the work without being unencumbered by the shots being taken by those ADOS members who think that they're better than those who are actually doing the work. So let's make that clear. And to the point of when I brought up Freedmen, Freedmen also includes, and I put in the Jumbotron, you can Google it, Freedmen also includes those who are descendant from freedmen, those who are already free and those who are emancipated. The government did not say freedmen only refers those who are emancipated. They were referring to all of the people during that time who at one point were slaves, and those who were free, before the emancipation, they are also freedmen under the government recognition. They are also freedmen as well, and we know that, we understand that too as well when we study the freedmen in terms of those in dealing with the 5 civilized tribes. They are now considered freedmen. Their descendants are called freedmen. So that's a misunderstanding, and see, that's the problem. You have ADOS people who have not studied enough, and because you have some people working under freedmen and trying to advance the name freedmen and the freedmen status, ADOS doesn't even want to study it and understand what that really means and the implications of it. They're like, let's not even go that route, even though that route has been already established. They don't want to have anything to do with it out of spite and out of some kind of egotistic jealousy. And in fact, freedmen does not belong to anyone. Anyone can do work under this freedman status, and that would be the most intelligent thing to do, is to use the freedman status. ADOS is not an established term under any circumstances whatsoever from the OMB, from any government recognized organization. No one recognizes.
Hey, Ian, land your plane for me though. I was gonna say, go ahead and get ready to land your plane.
Okay, yes. So I just wanted to make that clear. You can look up that freedmen encompasses those who are emancipated, those who were once slaves, and their descendants. That's a misunderstanding. Again, if you want to do the work, let's do the work. Let's not talk about ADOS this and ADOS that, because nobody is talking about ADOS, right? We're having this space, but nobody's complaining and nobody's butthurt. And nobody is a hoe, as Reggie said, just because they mentioned that they were blocked. They just didn't understand why it is that when they're doing the work, why they can't come together and do the work with ADOS people. But as we know, as I said before, Yvette had made the decision to make sure anybody who worked with an FBA person was not going to be part of ADOS, because she made a determination that there would be sexual assaults coming from those individuals who were once followers of Tariq, as she saw it. So I'll land there. Peace. Thank you so much for the space. Thanks for letting me have the speak.
All right, no problem.
Can I just clarify one thing?
I'm gonna give you like 50 seconds, Reggie, because I'm trying to close this out. But go ahead, real quick.
I totally understand. But just to clarify, like the kind of the disparaging comments, and I'm just trying to clarify this. There's only like 15, 20 Negroes that I have in mind, and Ian is one of them. Don't let Ian get you gassed and feel like all of you have been thrown away. Ian has been thrown in the trash.
I
You
didn't
have
say
not.
I didn't say anybody was thrown away. I didn't say I was thrown away. So I don't even know why he's playing this mime game. I didn't tell him going to NUS.
Hold on, Rella.
I didn't say I had a problem with it.
Okay. You know, it's ironic. I'm just gonna say this. This boss, this gorilla is supposed to go.
Yeah, cause and I'm trying to get up out of here. So thank you, Ian, and thank you, Reggie.
And also, since my spirit of Elder Gucci boycott is happening, since Ian is an ADOS, you don't have to say he's one of them 20 Negroes. You can say he's one of them 20 ADOS. All right, you can say he's one of them 20 ADOS that you can't stand because he's of the lineage, right? You don't have to go ahead and say he's a Negro as a form of disparagement. You can say he's an ADOS and you should disparage him as you see fit. Because that's what he is, and that's exactly what you said he is. Because just because you ADOS don't mean you with the organization. And I think that's the fine line that sometimes gets the money. So you can say Ian is that one of them 20 ADOS that ADOS don't like. Just like if I was saying he's one of the Negroes that Negroes don't like, he's one of the FBAs that FBAs don't like. Use the words you use when you talk positive, you talk negative to keep it balanced. That's all I want to say.
All right. Let me go ahead and get to my girl Rella. Then we're gonna go ahead and get the DJ, and then we're gonna go ahead and close this thing out for the night. Go ahead real quick, Rella.
Thanks, Newstoter. So again, I'm just gonna say none of it is necessary. I mean, if you were to stand outside of your organizations and, like you said, meet each other on the street, you would just be regular Black Americans trying to come together to get resolved for repair. And if you go and meet people outside, talk to people outside, they're not going to care what organization you're from, what organization name you're repping. They're going to look at you and they're going to listen to you and hopefully believe that you are trying to step in shoes that have been paved for all of us by legendary people that have passed away. And we're just trying to take it further, or those that are still here. I should say not everybody's passed away. So at the end of the day, Ian is not thrown away because you disagree with him. You're not thrown away because no one, others disagree with you. I think that to me is the disparaging thing, is that there is this again cancerous spirit that people want to keep using to have talking points to boost up conversation irrelevant to the topic. And our mission should be, as Black Majority State would say, is to get into the rooms, to get the words on the lips of people on paper for our harms to be addressed. None of your organizations have power right now because you're running solo dolo. You're not collective enough to get yourselves in rooms, right? We're literally getting into places and spaces just off of happenstance. The Democratic Party literally alienated their base, and I'm going to say it again, did the same exact thing. Talk trash about Black men in the 9th, 10th hour, decided that they were wanting to go after white women, continuously push the abortion topic, never truly addressing the elements of harm that happens to Black women and men when it comes to reproductive rights that stems from slavery. When it comes to all of these things, your organizations mean nothing. So again, stop calling people throwaways, because as Kendrick Lamar says, as Kendrick said, don't get duped by a throwaway. You will mess around and alienate people that could be good for capturing others who want to find out what reparations is about. Shout out to Callie House, Isaiah Dickerson, the first organization in UNIA that was taken over. Listen, we deserve, notice I said the word we, not I. We deserve to be in community without having to have harms revisited by one another.
And if you can't get along, and I agree with East Texas, then go do your own thing. I will support you because apparently you need something different. Maybe somebody won't. Again, critiquing what you see in public because it's out in the public, that's fair game. Becomes like a sickness, almost like people want to be Crips and Bloods, and y'all want to gangbang and just start this whole, name calling all over again. I don't want to go through that, and nobody wants to go through that. So many people that I've talked to were like, I don't want to have to deal with that again. So let's not. Why don't we move forward, like you said? Figure out how to be in community. And if you can't be in community, find the organization that. What is that? Is that?
That's me. I was gonna get ready to tell you to go ahead and land your plane.
I'm not relaying. Find the organizations that fit you, that speak to, that speak your language, that you can get along with people, and be supportive there. If not, the best thing and ways to start is to get with your local Black History organizations. Talk to politicians, people who are wanting to run for office like Marcel did, Tamara, Reverend William Somerville, those people who want to speak to and actually have reparations in their campaign.
Okay.
And thank you, Newstoter.
Thank you, Rella.
For allowing me to speak.
All right. Thank you, sweetie. Let me give a shout out real quick to Joanna as well, too, for the contribution on PayPal. DJ, real quick, a minute. I need to go ahead and close this thing out ASAP.
Shout out to Irie, the funky academic. That's where Yvette Carnell started at. Let's go and get that right, too. You know what I mean? So, yeah, go join the ADOS Advocacy Foundation. Ain't nobody blocked from looking at the ADOS website. I just want to make the correction for, I wasn't sure, I forgot who said that they met with the paywall. Well, yeah, it is right there, but it also says join. That's not. You don't have to pay for that. I'm a member of the ADOS Advocacy Foundation. I'm a member, and I get the newsletters. I get Breaking Brown newsletters. I get Tone blocked me over here. I still get notifications from Tone on YouTube or whatever. So what? You know what I'm saying? I'm still getting the info. I'm plugged in. You know what I'm saying? I'm still getting it. You know what I mean? I'm out here doing this work. You know what I'm saying? Shit, straight up. You know what I'm saying? What y'all doing? You know what I'm saying? So I like to shout out Tommy Sotomayor too. He got a song called "They're Living Off Their Laurels," what they did with their gang. So it's like you gotta kind of show what it is you done did in the last X amount of years. You know what I'm saying? I know folks got their problems with Tariq. So what? He blocked me too. Tariq called me a tether for talking about, let me fund your DVDs, bro. But I'm a tether though. See what I'm saying? But I laughed at it because I thought it was funny. That's some jokes, though.
Hey, real quick, because I got to run, so I'm gonna go ahead and close this space. Yeah. I'm a holler at everybody. Peace. Have a good one. Thank you, Irie. Thank you, DJ. Thank you, Original. Thank you, all the speakers. We'll see you guys Monday. Peace.